Welcome, everyone, to the Christmas special, where we're all decked out in Christmas everything. We got a tree. We're Christmas. Merry Christmas, or whatever. If
Merry
you don't
Christmas or
subscribe to
non-denominational
that.
holiday.
Well, yeah, Merry Hanukkah, and I can't remember all the
Kwanzaa.
rest of them. Kwanzaa. Isn't Kwanzaa the fake one?
I don't know. I mean, if somebody celebrates it, good for them.
Merry pagan holidays.
Exactly. There
Well,
you
no,
go.
the Kwanzaa's
Happy Saturnalia.
The Kwanzaa's not.
My pagans
Isn't
out there.
Kwanzaa the one like? I don't know.
Kwanzaa was the one that was invented in like the 60s, 70s.
I thought Kwanzaa was the fake one, like as a meme, where they get like a shit ton of days off. I don't know.
I don't know.
Something weird.
It's outside of my realm of knowledge.
Weird, not religion meme things, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Welcome everyone. We're all dressed up. We're in the spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy holidays.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because when I brought up doing like a no topic podcast originally with David, he was just like, "No, that's stupid. Why the hell would we do that?" It's just
Which one are you talking about? You talking about for anime?
oh no, I was saying like we should just do something like this in the past, but you were just like, no, there has to be a purpose to the podcast.
Yeah, we have a purpose now. What you said was dumb. Our purpose is to be chill and just hang out. That's our purpose. That was not what you said originally. You said a no topic, which is not very helpful.
I mean, we don't have a dedicated topic now.
It sounds like you're splitting hairs there.
Yeah, I know. It's on purpose. Fuck him.
Such a dick.
Just want to be a fucking asshole.
He deserves it. Nobody knows what I go through with this kid. You kind of do, but not enough.
Yeah, I had to say, I don't live here.
Nope.
It would be nice to test out the fucking call feature on this box, though.
I mean, it could be interesting. Like, caller on line 1.
It's like
totally not a thing. It's stop saying callers. It's not callers.
It could be a caller.
It could be, but it's not what it is.
I mean, if somebody's calling in, oh, there we go.
Nobody's gonna call us other than people we know, and then they're gonna be weird conversations. In fact, the best conversations are gonna be me with my family, probably.
Oh my god.
come on, David.
The audience doesn't need to know that.
Connect to the box and call Carmichael.
Oh my god.
No.
He's dumb. Also, he's probably out bullshitting redneck horseshit.
That's fun.
He's not gonna answer.
Right.
All he does is go like full and what is it right now? I think he does outdoor stuff with ATVs. He fucking destroys ATV, and then bought a new basically a bull bar for an ATV, which I didn't even know existed. But
All right.
A bull bar for an ATV?
yeah,
Okay.
he destroyed his entire front end or something, or his frame. I don't know, something. He did something. He just rednecking and doing stupid shit with an ATV. It's the Carmichael way.
Right. Anyways, so the Games Award just happened.
The what?
The Games Award show just happened.
I didn't even watch. Doesn't matter.
As I say, I mean, we just saw a bunch of trailers, and a lot of the games look pretty interesting.
Did those come from the Game Awards?
Yeah, yeah. All of those were shown then.
Hmm.
So, like I said, I mean, we saw everything I was excited for. I mean, Okami 2 is coming out eventually. I mean,
everything's eventually.
As I say, Outer Worlds 2. That'll be interesting. I'm excited for that. Outer Worlds 1 was definitely interesting. It wasn't. They didn't quite hit those tones they got from New Vegas as far as like the cohesiveness of the story.
New Vegas isn't the best. Sorry.
I'm not even going to respond to that because I know you're wrong.
Sorry, I know. I know.
So
right.
it needs no response.
Fallout 3 is the best.
But
and you know what's even better? Fallout 4.
No.
You know what's even better? Fallout 76.
That's the.
The online community.
I can't even say that shit with a straight face.
The online community will say that the best Fallouts are 1 and 2.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, Fallouts 1 and 2 are cool and
yeah, they're cool for what they were, but
they're old and don't age well.
A lot of people disagree, especially with the.
Well, guess what? They're wrong.
Exactly. Problem solved.
Yep. If you want that experience, XCOM does it a little better, personally.
Yeah, fair.
It's a similar thing.
I mean, it's kind of in the same vein. I need to continue playing Wasteland 3.
Oh, dude, I need to finish Wasteland 3 with somebody. I think I might have got Carmichael to download it because he was super interested in it.
As I
I need a group of people to play with again.
Do we need to get a game started on this?
Do we need to start a game, play for fucking 4 hours in one day, and then never touch it again? I'm down.
I'm feeling personally attacked.
It's not even just you; it's everyone.
Do you know how many playthroughs of Divinity that I've tried to start with this fucking community, and
a
I'm
lot.
definitely one of the ones that just like I don't feel like playing that.
You know what's
I
the
mean-
funniest part about the Divinity meme? I started a campaign with Jerry and Carmichael, and we've got the furthest I've ever gotten with any group
Jeez.
because
Yeah.
our group can't, and then our other group, which was the Trooper and the couldn't. Like,
Right.
we just couldn't. We're bad at like coming back and playing it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking gaming ADHD is a thing.
Because that's the thing. Like, I that's another game I need to continue is Divinity Original Sin. Because I made it off of fucking Fort Joy and made it onto the mainland, and then I just fucking stopped.
Yep, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was having a good time, but other games came up, and my backlog of games is ever growing, and they're fun, and I want to play them, but there's just not enough time.
The
I
biggest thing is you're a big single player game person.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
play a lot of multiplayer games these rees, but also like same problem because I like to generally prioritize multiplayer games with the friendos. I don't get enough time to play the single player games, and I do the same thing. I'll sit down, like for instance, excuse me, we lose internet or something, or I'm out of the shop or I'm at my mom's or whatever.
Right.
Wherever I'm somewhere where playing with friends isn't a thing, I'll play the shit out of a single player game, like get pretty far and then stop and just leave it forever. Same thing I do with Nier. I like went ham playing Nier Automata originally. Like I got through the first technical ending, but I didn't fully finish the game until like a year after I put it down. And then one day I think I was having internet problems or something. I just booted that shit back up and then finished it and the rest of that go.
Yeah.
I'm the same place with Jerry with Code Vein. Like
Mhm.
we're literally at the last major boss or the last like set of bosses in Code Vein, and like me and him have not gone back to finish it.
Yeah.
I got my ass fucking beat too many times. I got like I'm probably in the same area that you are, and the game just got too difficult to run by myself.
It helps to have so it's weird. It helps to have a friend, but also like to have the overpowered Mia, the white one with the blonde hair,
Yeah.
because she's just objectively better than regular Mia, and like the revive thing is nice.
Oh yeah. So Kenneth, question to you.
Yeah.
How many times have you started Witcher 3?
Started it and played it through, or just started it
You
in
just
general?
said started.
it. Oof.
Soiled it. What the
I mean,
fuck does
quite a
this
bit.
mean?
I mean, because that's the thing too. I can go back to Witcher 3 and I never regret my time there, even if I stop.
Yeah.
I never regret stopping my time in Witcher 3 because going back from the beginning and going through White Orchard and, doing the races and meeting the people, I am never tired of seeing those folks again. It's always interesting. It always keeps me engaged.
It's not like Fort Joy where you
Yeah, exactly. It is not like Fort Joy.
I'm fucking sick of Fort Joy.
Hey, Fort
Exactly.
Joy is kind of a meme because like the way we played it, like we did a lot of stuff because there's things obviously I know from playing it like through 3 or 4 times.
Right.
And then there's also, you watch Spiff or somebody like meme on some stuff, but also from things just I learned too. And then we learned some funny shit. Like we just started teleporting people out of like engagement areas and then just beating the shit out of them in like group combat areas. Like there's weird parts where you could see through the wall, so we just teleport people through like the walls
Nice.
and then just beat the shit out of them, and then we didn't trigger the rest of everyone else. Or we triggered everyone else, but by the time they got close enough to give us in the combat zone, like they were filing through a doorway one by one, so we were just like every time. And then what was supposed to be the end of Fort Joy, that boss fight,
Right.
fucking easy because we just murdered them. I was like,
Yeah.
that's basic tactics 101, but like that's not how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to walk in here and be like, it's a trap. Ah!
Right. You've
Yeah.
activated my trap card.
Yeah, the amount of times that like I've restarted Divinity to the point where like the beginning sections of the game just aren't really enjoyable anymore.
Nah.
But like I still enjoy booting up Witcher 3. Like
Mhm.
I don't think I'm gonna restart it again. Like if I boot it up, I'm gonna do the meme and it's like, what the fuck was I doing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'd absolutely recommend getting some good mods. I've got plenty of good mods there that help enhance the gameplay, provide new weapons, new mutagens, etc., etc., etc. And just a lot of quality and life of improvements. And it definitely makes the gameplay a lot more compelling and interesting.
It is.
Yeah, what I was trying to say before though is like someday I want to beat The Witcher 3.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
want to beat Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I recommend both of those. I mean, having played through both Witcher and Cyberpunk, um, there is, good God, so much to see and do in Witcher. There are parts of that world that I have still not explored to this day because it's just so big. Because there's always that's the beautiful thing about The Witcher that I see and play through is that you just if you don't fast travel, if you just take the routes, you'll see so many little things, so many whole openings of side quests that you
Who
would never
does that?
have seen.
In a Witcher game, like
I would no. Don't play Witcher.
Right.
in Witcher 3 they made it a point to actually make everything interesting.
Yeah.
And like if you're walking between point to point two, like and you're actually like paying attention to like the herbs and shit, like you'll have a much easier time in the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember one time when I was playing it, and I was just traveling along this random ass road. Sometimes you people see you're a witcher, so they yell out for you, or somebody's yelling for help, etc., etc. So I go and investigate. I'm like, what the hell's going on over here? And I see this man, I think, or man or woman, whatever, somebody yelling outside this house about some problem they had going on. So I'm like, okay. I go over there, I talk with them, and they're like, there's a specter, a monster inside the house, and it's this abandoned old raggedy house. So I'm like, okay. I go in there and investigate, and there's a story in there. There's a whole little side quest that happens in that whole mansion that I would have never seen if I just hadn't been on that road and hadn't heard those people.
Well, I remember once like there was a few times where something like that happened, and then I had this one situation where a lady's like, come help me," and then she brings me around the corner and is like, and these guys are trying to mug me.
Nice.
They do know that I'm the Witcher, right?
Right.
It's like they're like half my level. It's just like, what do you expect to happen here?
Brutality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know, bro.
Right.
It's like I definitely need to get around to beating it, especially since Witcher 4 was announced during the Game Awards.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see that. I mean, it's interesting that it's canon in the story that Ciri becomes a witcher. Because remember, there was where she becomes a witcher, where Amir's gets her and she takes over. And what was that other one? Where she just goes off on her own, just fucks off in time and space.
I haven't gotten that far.
There's like 3 or 4 like main endings. Spoilers, I know. Excuse me.
Spoilers for how old is this game? 10? 12? How many years?
It's
I mean, the biggest problem with that is like there's a lot of people that are like me and never actually finish the damn game.
There's
because
no-
it's
it
long.
doesn't
but,
matter.
but also like
Spoiler
how-
alerts are only reserved for like the first 2 years, baby max, if something comes
But
up.
also telling you these endings doesn't tell you too much because how you get those endings
Yeah,
is a whole deal.
the Witcher really is like about the journey.
Absolutely. And I mean the journey is so enjoyable.
Unlike Cyberpunk, which is just about the destination, baby.
I mean, I disagree.
That's cool. You're allowed to. You're wrong though.
I am allowed to.
I'm
am
like
not
so
wrong.
far through Cyberpunk, and it
I mean-
just feels like nothing. However, this is before all the most recent updates.
As
When
I
it
say,
first came out, I'm basically almost done with the game already.
because
though,
I mean,
on
because
that
I mean,
part.
doing Cyberpunk and the 2.0 update, because with Phantom Liberty, opening up that whole area, it's really cool. I mean, I love the story of Phantom Liberty. It was really interesting and engaging.
Yeah, but that's not the game. That's an add-on.
It's a part of it. It's a part of the game, but also they've done
Add
updates
on.
and quality of life improvements in the 2.0
Also
updates.
true, but still an
to-
add-on.
No. The 2.0 is not an add-on. The 2.0
No,
is their
but
update.
Phantom Liberty is a
Yeah,
DLC.
Phantom Liberty is a DLC.
Yep.
Which I recommend if you own Cyberpunk, you should get Phantom Liberty and play it.
Is it not? Was it free DLC or no?
No, it's
No,
paid, but it's
okay.
worth it. I mean,
Because I think we're also up to like 2.2.
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe.
I think their most recent update put us up to 2.2. Yeah, you did not mute.
Yeah, I know. I missed the button.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's fine. Just Dave will fix it in post.
exactly.
I have trouble fixing like normalizing audio levels in post. I
Yeah.
don't think there's like not an easy way to fix audio. Unfortunately, I can just cut you out entirely.
Yeah, you just cut out the bit of the track where I'm coughing. It's
Yeah,
fine.
fuck you.
God damn it.
Oh, so as a meme, as I was looking through, As I was looking through,
Did mute that time.
did he?
Yeah, muted.
Cool, good job. He's learning, everybody. He's adapting. He's not overcoming anything, but he's adapting and learning. We'll get there someday,
But
hopefully.
yeah, you were saying back on
I'm trying to
point.
pull it back up. Now, only this time. So apparently there's a freaking I guess heritage or something, or like 10-year thing for Taco Bell here. Like, so look, decades. Oh, yeah, it's called Decades. Relive the decades of the return of 5 iconic menu items. Tostada, green sauce burrito. I love that name. Mexamelt, Gordita Supreme, caramel apple empanada, which sounds pretty good.
Sounds
And then
interesting.
the Lux Cravings box featuring 90s Gordita Supreme. But I believe it also has the old 90s logo on the cup. Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
That's
That indeed it does.
sweet.
So
Classic.
kind of interesting. That's just something random I figured I'd share because it was like, oh, old 90s shit. Wow.
It's fucking neat.
I don't remember the Mex Melt. Don't remember the green sauce burrito. I remember tostadas, but also any Mexican place's tostadas. I
Right.
also don't remember the Gordita Supreme, but I knew it was big. I don't know why it died.
Probably just cost.
I guess because don't we have like the cheesy Gordita crunches and shit now?
Yeah, we do.
So I'm like, what? Why? Why are you the way that you are?
So yeah. Back to video games. Back to video games. So so let's see. So yeah, Cyberpunk, Outer Worlds 2, Okami. I mean, there was also the what was it? The Intergalactic Heretic, the Prophets.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog game.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog game. That looks interesting too. It looked like you're a bounty hunter in that game.
Yep.
Going after a query.
Are you trying to say
Quarry?
it's quarry? Yeah,
Yes.
you're talking about targets.
Yes. Thank you. On a planet that for 600 years nobody has left, and people who go there just fucking disappear and never come back. So, I mean that sounds interesting. I mean, and I see the sword play. So I'm kind of wondering if the sword play is going to be in like the style of like Jedi Survivor and kind of like the Dark Souls light esque kind of gameplay.
Kind of what it looked like.
Souls. That looked little different from Dark Souls esque. It looked more fluid and like more arcadey.
I mean,
Dark Souls is very like particular.
That's true. That's true.
That's why I had to make sure I
You got to get like the
that.
parry points and everything, etc.
I mean, the thing is though, like you could see a little bit of like Dark Souls influence in like everybody's combat system now.
I
It's just a
mean,
standard hack and slash. I'd argue that more.
probably just button mash it to death.
Well, I mean, like all the good combat systems, I would say, like they pull some influence from software.
What's a good combat system?
Let's see, Witcher's 3, I'd say has a good combat system.
I haven't played it, so I couldn't comment specifically on how close
It's
it is.
definitely enjoyable. I mean, the mix of the fighting with having to use the signs and potions and such.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was talking about whether or not it's like Dark Souls esque or influenced by it.
I mean, I would not call Witcher Dark Souls esque as far as combat is concerned.
Okay, I wouldn't think so either.
I mean, I was just like I see like influence on like the fluidity and the like the controls, the weight of it, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You're wrong, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it, so I couldn't tell you.
But also, there's only so many ways to do sword fighting.
True.
Also true.
Unless you go in like the detail of For Honor, Mordhau,
Right.
and some of those like hardcore medieval combat games.
Yeah, those where your momentum and weight actually matters to your sword play.
It's like I would say like the most influential like as far as like combat goes, for a lot of people would probably agree is like Dark Souls, the Lord of the Rings games, and Arkham.
Interesting. So yeah, I know y'all are excited for the virtual fighter, right?
I
Little bit.
am not as much as Talon. Talon's hype for that shit though. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely gonna play it. Like, especially if he buys it.
Right.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, to be honest. Let him deal with that. And then yeah, I'm just gonna see if I enjoy it. I'm actually more hype about the new DLC characters for Tekken.
Fucking who was that again? Final Fantasy 6?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16. Okay.
I forget who he is.
It's the. So I don't know if you know the Final Fantasy game, but it's the one with the combat director from Devil May Cry.
Hmm.
Fuck, the character's badass.
Gotcha. I'm not really familiar with the newer Final Fantasies.
I
JRPGs.
just know 15's the beautiful
As
boy
I say,
game.
that's all I know about it.
Yeah.
I thought you knew about Lightning in 14 and 13.
No.
No, didn't know about Lightning. Okay.
I mean, it's the new Final Fantasy isn't really a JRPG. At least in my book, it's like the combat's pulled from Devil May Cry essentially.
Right.
It's not as hard. It's kind of like a lighter, but it's like a lot of the functionality is still there. It's probably closer to was it the Metal Gear Solid game?
Okay. I mean, honestly, I should probably check them out and see.
Yeah. Shit, what was it? Was it Raiden?
Talking about Renegade?
No, the one I don't think so. The one with the
Revengeance.
probably.
The one where it's just all about Raiden running around and
Yep.
all the memes.
All about swords. Yep.
Yeah, that's Revengeance.
Yep, that one.
That's where we get Senator Armstrong and all the memes from.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My
sources, I made it the fuck up.
sources.
We need to get that on the soundboard.
Something like that. Even though isn't that actually the verbatim line in
Yes.
the game? Yeah. I was like, where have I heard this before? But not exactly like this.
Doesn't he say something also like "fuck the media" or some shit like that
I
too?
believe so.
Yeah, he has some screed on that.
We need
In case
we
it
need
is
custom
also.
buttons.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, are the buttons buttoning?
the buttons are not buttoning.
Fuck.
Right?
The fuck.
Nothing ever works properly here.
No,
That's not
no.
true. People don't clean up properly here, though. What are you trying to touch it and see?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there's any options, and there aren't. Beautiful, love it.
That's my favorite.
Tascam, fix your shit.
Son of a bitch.
We have buttons on other pages, and the shit just doesn't show up. We're just stuck with the fucking defaults.
Maybe we're
Great.
just bad, but also again, it
I mean-
probably needs
I mean,
a firmware
possible.
update. I don't know.
I mean, if we
Fine,
hooked it
next
up to a computer, I imagine that like there's some functionality there for doing stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You can do everything through the computer. You can even
Or if we
record
had the
directly
fucking
to the
iOS
computer.
app,
What?
which is only exclusive to iOS, not on Android.
Yeah,
damn it,
I
Tascam.
don't have any.
Why are they going to do us like that?
True.
It's like we gotta get somebody with a fake phone to work on our.
We have one.
I mean,
we have Little Boy.
that's
Yeah.
true. But also, we could emulate iOS in a PC.
Can we? Well, why would we do that when we could plug it to a PC instead?
I mean, that's also true, too.
Why would we go?
We're
The
going
computer's right
around
fucking
the
there.
back.
Why would we go to Canada to get milk or whatever? Or go to
Listen,
Canada to get.
This is the only
Canadian
place we can
bacon.
get
That's
bagged
it.
milk is in Canada.
Well, okay. I don't give a shit about bagged milk though,
The
but
Canadians do.
no, we got to go to Canada to get Canadian bacon. That's the meme.
Damn.
That's an old Bobby quote, by the way, because we talked about Ti, and that's how they did. He's like, okay, so you guys want me to go to Canada to get Canadian bacon, and then people dead ass respond like dead face, yes, and we're like, you don't understand what that means, do you? For those of you who don't know and are uncultured, Canadian bacon is just fucking ham. That's it.
Yep.
It's ham.
It's like sliced in a specific way.
You know what's-
It's like a certain thickness.
You can that's just a fucking meat slicer set on one.
Right?
Like specific my ass.
I mean, let me look this up. Is there a difference? Is there?
I don't think so. But the other meme is Little Boy is like, I want Canadian bacon. And I'm like, no. If you want bacon, we'll just get bacon.
Well,
Fuck
I
the
mean,
Canadian part.
Canadian bacon's good with breakfast though, like a breakfast sandwich.
You mean ham? Stop saying Canadian bacon.
Ah, it's Canadian.
Okay, so there is actually a distinction.
Oh shit.
So while Canadian bacon and ham are both pork products, they are different cuts of meat from different parts of the pig. Canadian bacon comes from the loin versus ham, which comes from the hind leg, resulting in a slightly different taste and texture, with Canadian bacon typically being leaner and a milder taste than ham. So they are different.
Definitely not how that works on pizza though. I don't think it's milder.
I mean, when you're doing Canadian bacon with with breakfast, you can there's a bit of a difference there, but yeah, when you have all those other toppings and shit, no,
Also, again, you worked at Domino's. It's just ham. Don't lie to me.
it's ham.
Yeah, exactly.
As I
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
You're
It's
probably
ham.
not actually getting real Canadian bacon.
Probably not.
No, it's ham.
I mean, so we might to get like emails if Domino's ever hears this, probably never, but yeah, it's ham. It's all ham.
You don't work there anymore. You haven't worked there in so many years. Whatever contract you may have had signed doesn't
Right?
exist.
He's under NDA. He can't tell them that he can't tell the secrets of Domino's.
That's right.
I had no fucking idea. I was a lowly fucking delivery driver back then.
But that's what we're gonna title this: the things Domino's doesn't want you to know.
Ah,
And
shit.
Christmas special. Speaking of,
Talk about that Christmas ham.
Let me get that.
Right.
Let me get that Taco Bell order rolling. I guess,
I guess so.
or Whataburger. I don't know. I tried to. I did broke my phone.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Taco Bell.
I mean, the app might just be shit, and maybe that's why the reviews are bad.
It's almost like it has a 2-star on the Play Store.
Crazy.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, it remembered my bag. Yay! It's kind of smart.
Small
All right, do you
miracles.
I guess there's something there.
Uh,
Taco Hell. Oh, make sure to get me the Cinnabon come in your mouth bites. Those are great. I'll put them in there if I can find them. Also, I will say their menu is not easy to navigate. I had trouble finding like the boxes and things.
these ones?
Yeah, those things are amazing.
The 12 pack, I assume?
Yeah, because the only other pack they have is 2.
Right?
This
There's
is
no in
so
between.
stupid.
No
Yeah,
in
there's no in between.
You know,
It's diabetes or a slight like mild snack. That's not enough.
They originally had the 2-pack just for breakfast. I don't know why they took away because it was a 4-pack. 4-pack was standard. They had a 2-pack to go with like breakfast items,
Yeah, a lot of places cheat you for breakfast. I don't understand why still.
and then now it's just 2-pack or a metric fuck ton, no in between.
Yeah. Also, the price per like nut in your mouth ball at the 2-pack is stupid. It's just better to get the 12. That's the stupid problem. You know, it's how the companies give you the illusion of choice. Like they give you the low, the medium, and the high, but the medium's like priced to where like you're supposed to buy the high, and it's technically just supposed to be a difference between the low and the high.
I mean, McDonald's is that too with their fucking chicken nuggets. It's like what 50 counts only like $20 or some shit like that. Or was it 25? Anyway, it's like for like a 4-piece, it's like I want to say probably like $5-6.
I don't remember the lesser non 20 counts off the top of my head because they're irrelevant.
Yeah,
It's all 20 counts all the time or 50s. Shit, there used to be 100 counts and stuff.
Right.
I think they still have the 50 count, but I don't know.
I mean, you could probably ask them, or just do 2 50s.
Right.
It all works.
Numbers number pretty good. Although asking McDonald's employees to add up like 2 fucking similar numbers is probably a terrible idea.
Math hard.
He's got a point there. We have to do 2 things?
Especially our local McDonald's, bro. They close down at 11. Everything is always out. Fucking they complain about everything.
I mean, they're not rated like 3 something stars or less for no reason.
The only McDonald's I've ever seen that closes between their was it dinner and breakfast menu.
Yeah.
Yep.
They close for like a whole hour. It's like what the fuck?
Nah, they're just bullshitting. I'm surprised that like it's allowed
Well, I
by
mean,
their management.
they're franchise, so they can basically do whatever they want as long as they stay within the McDonald's bounds, right?
Kind of not really. It depends. It depends on so like to my knowledge how the franchise works. If you're a fresh franchisee, like you have to be really strict on the rules because the
Right.
company tells you what to do. But once you pay off your franchising fees, well, I say pay off, but you never pay off. I think you
Yeah.
pay off the food stuff and some of the other things. But because of the way McDonald's is set up, and most other food companies, if you're not familiar with how this works, they're all leasing companies. Basically, all they do is lease the land to the people.
Remember, McDonald's is a fucking real estate company first.
Yeah, every single franchise is real estate because real estate's where you make money, and also because they have you by the balls forever. That's the fun thing about
McDonald's owns the
franchising.
land.
Yeah, they own the land, so you always have to pay them rent, and they also I don't think they have to be good landlords basically either. I
Probably
don't
not.
know, not familiar, but yeah.
They got rid of the grill button. Those bitches.
But yeah, I mean, that stuff's crazy. Um, I don't remember. We were finishing up in that part of that question because he said something. I don't know.
What was the question?
Answer.
Answer. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. I gotta take advantage of these buttons. They're right here.
True. That's your, I guess, one job now.
My one job: hit buttons.
Hit buttons and mess with sliders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except we shouldn't need to mess with the sliders that much as long as we, are good noodles and talk to the mics.
I mean,
Yeah. Trying.
I think all the because David can do all the fine editing in the thing anyway.
Yeah,
What do you mean
exactly.
me? I thought you were signing up for that.
Want to help?
What do you mean help? It's either do it or don't.
I mean, I imagine we're probably gonna go back and forth on the bitch.
No, there's no help. It's just the biggest thing is just cutting through the different cameras. It's not even hard. The audio is what it is. There's nothing to edit really, unless you keep doing this.
Ah!
Right.
Yeah, that peaked.
I'm
Yeah, of
sure.
course that peaked.
Are we done?
Looks like it. Yeah,
Should be fun.
All right. How much is this? 30 doll hairs. That's fine.
that's not bad.
Midnight cherry freeze. Oh, you didn't. So you got a cravings box.
I got a
Or did you
cravings
just
box.
get
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, I just got the double beef burritos.
Oh, okay. And the midnight cherry freeze. I wonder
Yeah.
what that tastes like. What is that supposed to be? Is it
I
just
have no
cherry?
idea. But the difference between the regular and large was like 30 cents. I'm like, I guess I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
large.
Apparently, it's limited time. You know what's funny? This midnight cherry freeze looks like they're cups, bro.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's any good.
I mean, get it and try.
I guess doesn't hurt.
Right.
It hurts my soul. Check out.
I know. Before we are talking about food, that we're still talking about video games.
Yeah.
Talking about the new shit that was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You also said you never finished fucking Okami.
No, I never finished Okami.
I didn't even start. I meant to.
I have a problem. You know how many games I get, and there's always new games coming out. I have a problem.
Especially with Humble.
Especially with Humble Bundle. But the thing is, too, it's not even Humble Bundle's fault. It's not even... I will go out there and buy games themselves, because, like, there's games that, have been on my wish list that just come out that I've wanted to play, because I played the demos, and they were fun, and now they're out, and there's still a backlog, because I'm playing other games at this time.
And then you probably have a bunch of multiplayer games too. And to be, they're just like, oh, that looks cool, and then like you just don't have anybody to play with and play them with.
No, not really. I don't even bother. I don't even think to bother about that.
Fair enough.
Because I know if there's a multiplayer game, y'all are already either playing it or it's already been dead. So I don't even. That does not cross my mind. I focus on single player games until you're like, we're all playing this game. You should get it, and they're like, okay, I guess I get it.
Time to try out this new thing.
To be fair for me, I don't generally stop playing a lot of the games. I also do return to them later.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
I stick to the games the longest.
I
because
can't
usually like
do
them.
that.
I mean,
I'd like to, but it's just difficult.
Yeah, there's just too much shit.
Yeah, there's just too much, and I want to play it all, but I just can't.
I mean, I'm gonna be coming back to Sternova pretty soon here, probably.
I just logged in to make sure it was like not lost or anything. Because I think somebody has to log in at least once every 7 days.
Oh yeah, how was it to keep your the leader? I believe.
I think keep the clan going.
What game?
Sternova.
Ah,
So if he doesn't log in, it was either weekly or bi-weekly. The leadership role will get passed on to somebody else.
True.
I guess that's one way to keep you coming back.
Yep.
I'm like a battered wife. They beat the shit out of me, but I just keep coming back.
I mean, that's kind of your relationship with Final Fantasy as well.
No, that's not battered wife. That's I gotta pay my mortgage every month on my second house that my bitch wife left me or something. Like
Your fucking digital house.
Too invested to give it
literally.
up, so it's just like I guess I got to keep.
I invested millions of gil.
Yep. And probably like what? Probably about 50 hours or something like that. Probably gathering the money for that shit.
Most of the game was just spent playing the game and earning money, But whenever I had to buckle down to buy the house, it took me, I think, a week, which is kind of crazy. The amount of gil I earned in a week playing the market in that game is fucking wild.
So speaking of multiplayer games, are we going to get into Helldivers 2? I mean, the
What do you mean?
Illuminate are out,
What do you mean get into it? We already were.
but we need to get back
I don't
to
know.
the future.
I don't know. I'm down, kind of, but also not.
See, I'm waiting for us to get back into Pal World personally.
Nah.
That new update looks pretty good.
I haven't even
Which
seen
one?
anything on Power World.
Oh yeah, they
Once we stopped, I stopped.
they released a new for the Game Awards. There's a
But do we even want to go back, considering they took out the ability to throw your pals where you want? They just spawn next to you.
I thought they still fucking you still throw them out.
No, you
No, they
throw them
recently
out, but they
changed
spawn
it.
right next to you instead of spawning wherever you throw the ball
I think it has something to do with the
because of the Nintendo lawsuit.
Oh fuck Nintendo.
So yeah, so I mean that's a major mechanic, especially because like I was telling him, it's like the ability to place your pals where you want them out of harm's way or whatever.
Yeah, I was basically using that as a dodge mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that's important. I mean that's how you survive a lot of fights. Just pull them back whenever shit's going bad.
I mean, at least you can still pull them back. It's just that you can't like decide where to place them. And now that they're spawning next to you, that's putting you in even more danger.
Yeah, exactly. It is already hard enough to avoid in some of the fights.
Yep. Those boss fights get fucking gnarly.
They do.
The new updates look fucking good though.
Yeah. Like I swear, I'm jumping between games because I've got like City Skylines 2 because I'm doing a new city. I'm doing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, so I've got that going. I mean, I've got Billionaire. That's a new game that came out. That's the pachinko one. I restarted Cult of the Lamb. Let's see.
Apparently they did too. They started doing Cult of the Lamb as well.
Yeah.
Cult of the Lamb's fucking good.
So let's see. What else have I got? Uncle Chop's Shop. I played the demo, so that just came out, so I've got that on the backlog. Let's
Need any
see.
sauce? Either of you? Need any
No, I'm good.
sauces?
I don't care for the sauces.
So I'm like, it just keeps growing and growing and growing of things I'm playing and need to play and want to play.
You know,
I have something that keeps growing and growing.
God damn it. I feel like we need more of those like little short adventures that you can beat in like maybe like a session or two.
Yeah, in and out 20-minute adventures.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, God damn it, my library, it just keeps expanding. And I'll never finish any of these goddamn games.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
gaming ADHD is a problem.
100%.
I mean, my gaming, my library is now at 4,300 games.
I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad.
Most of them
It's
are
that
like
bad.
janky, junky indie
Not
games.
really most of them. A lot of them are, AAA big budget games. I mean, a lot of them are, I mean, there's a
I
lot
know,
of
we
indie
went
games for
over
sure.
this. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of trash, but I mean, even if there's 500 trash games,
Can't
that's
go
still
back.
nearly 4,000
mean,
games that
that's-
aren't trash.
There's way more than 500. I've seen your Steam
Even if there's
library.
1,000.
I mean, I've gotten to the
maybe.
point in my Steam library that I have to have it sorted by like Steam reviews, and like everything past like a certain like milestone is like ignore all of these.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot, and like it's you set that on your homepage, so that left side that's only used for search. You don't use that bar at all outside of that, and then you just go to your fucking home and it's like, yes, these are the most highly rated games on Steam. These are the only ones that actually exist.
I mean, how my Steam is sorted by most recent and then installed. Because I mean that just makes it easy. Because I know if it's on the recent, that means I want to play it or have been playing it.
Yeah.
So
Apparently we have to remove the Midnight Cherry Freeze larges to check out.
no, my cherry freeze.
Do you want something else?
No, it's fine. That's fine.
And there's other freezes, probably.
But I wanted the limited edition Midnight Cherry.
Right? All right, I hit add. Does it come back? No, it just has to be removed. Interesting. I guess they ran out of Midnight Cherry Freeze.
I guess I goddamn it, Taco
Sucks
Bell.
to suck.
I mean, have you beaten Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I beat Baldur's Gate for sure. That was a game I put in I devoted time for
You
that.
really did.
I put things out of the way to make time for that game because I was invested. I mean, from when I got it to when they released, because I'd played the early access,
Yeah.
but that was only like 10, maybe 15 hours. But once it released fully, 127 hours.
Jesus.
At least 100 something hours at a minimum. The thing is, there's still so much I didn't get a chance to see. But like the first two acts going through, the dwarves and the druids and all that shit with the grove, and then going to the Shadowlands, that just took so long. Mainly because I was exploring and investigating every little piece and whatnot, that by the time I made it to Baldur's Gate, I was tired. I was tired. My motivation levels had dropped considerably because I had devoted so much time into the other two acts, and that there was still more to go. And yeah, Baldur's Gate was a lot smaller. There was still a lot of content. There was still so much content. A lot of it was so good too. But it's just too much of a good thing. I can't believe I'm saying that. Too much of a good thing. I do want to go back to Baldur's Gate. Now that I know how to play it and am better skilled with it,
Yeah.
I want to go back because I had restarted it and I was doing a good dirge run, and I want to continue that. I
Yeah.
want to see because a lot of people say, and it's kind of panning out that the dirge is the real main character. Because there's so much built around him. There's so much story and things you don't see that are important that you would only see if you had dirge.
I mean, like, there's a lot of games out there that you don't like get the full experience until you get like the second playthrough. So
Yeah.
it definitely sounds like it's one of those games.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's the thing too. On my second replay of Baldur's Gate 3, I had found new content that I did not find originally the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know this was here." What? And I needed to go investigate. I kind of stopped at that point too. Other things came up. But so I want to go back. I want to continue that, to be like, I need to investigate that storyline. I need to see what happens because that was actually really important and could have changed everything for how I dealt with the Grove. But I didn't know, and I found it.
The only thing that kind of scares me about is like I don't own the game. I'm kind of scared.
Well, join my library. Join the family.
No, we don't want him as a part of the family.
I'm a little.
Join the
You
family.
don't need to be a part of the family. We don't want his kind.
God damn it! I'm a little afraid to get the game though because of my track record with Divinity 2. I don't want to start and like get into the game to just not like finish it.
So, I mean,
I feel like
Do your own
Baldur's Gate is a
playthrough.
better game, than Divinity.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the mechanics are a lot more advanced than Divinity.
Okay.
And streamlined for sure. The one thing too now, and I don't know whether they've changed this because I tried to play a playthrough with Trooper, is if you add a custom character from a multiplayer game, they are permanently stuck in your party. You cannot remove them, and I don't know whether that's changed,
Interesting.
but at the time, you could not remove them.
So your multiplayer session is make sure you have that separate save.
Absolutely, do not commingle that.
Interesting. Always should do that anyway, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the only downside to that is that it's I guess you can force your buddy to play one of the pre-existing characters.
Well, no, because it takes your character from character creation. Your buddy makes his own.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It's like the custom character that he makes will be in your party forever.
you know the thing that sucks about that though is that like with all the personalities and shit, I feel like you'd rather just want to play the game by yourself at least the first time.
Yeah.
So that you can get the full experience with all the character interactions.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing too. I want to go back and do a playthrough mod with mods. Because mods make everything better, and
Always.
the mods have opened up so much new content, new things, new stories, etc. But I want to do it with all of the characters in the party, so that way they can all join.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I did with Divinity Original Sin. Is like I added everybody to the party because like I know if I do this, I'm never gonna come back to this probably. So I want to see everybody's story. I want to see all the content. I don't want to miss anything. And I know people will be like, "Oh, that's not right. You should only." No, fuck you. I want to see everything in my one playthrough, and I'm gonna do it
Fair.
Especially when the games are like as long as they are.
as long as they are as big as they are. And the thing is too, as involved with the characters as you want to see, because I don't want to miss seeing the character stories involved and seeing their interactions with each other and the world around them.
Especially if you're like if you want to do like a maybe not 100%, but you want to do kind of a completionist.
I guess so. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, because like being able to have all those characters at the same time, you don't have to you won't have to go through it again. Especially in Divinity 2, where like people that you don't bring along with you, they fucking die.
Yeah. So that's what
Everyone lives.
right. So that's what I want to do with my second or rather third playthrough of Baldur's Gate is get the all party mod and just have everybody as a part of it.
Nice.
Do they do the same thing in Baldur's Gate, where like people that you don't add to your party, they just die off screen?
No.
Okay.
I mean, nobody should be dying off screen. Everybody should be dying on screen.
I was gonna say because I believe Baldur's Gate is super story based. So
Yeah, absolutely.
if somebody dies, it's because something happened.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
So-
what are you talking about in Divinity where people die off screen? What? I don't have that experience.
All the characters that you don't add to your party, like they just kind of die off on like off screen.
But
Wait,
you
what?
swap party members. Do you not swap party members?
The ones that you don't take along the boat, and then also like if you-
Everybody goes on
I
the
say
boat.
everybody.
well, like the people that leave the fucking was it Fort Joy? There's a point where like everybody that you don't include into your group of merry men, they die.
So like you just didn't talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay, well yeah.
Yeah, if you,
That's different.
I say also so like some of them have weird interactions with other people, where like somebody will just run up and fucking start attacking them. Like some of them actually just die in canon because of some shit going on in the universe.
you can
But
avoid
you
a
can
lot of it
save
though.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. There's ways to resurrect people if they're actually in your party too, if I recall correctly.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
there's resurrection
resurrection
scrolls.
The sink.
Hey man, obviously we played the game a
Right.
lot. In fact, we had to use a resurrection scroll on somebody for some reason. I forgot. Not in I think our playthrough, but in the meme playthrough with the boys.
Right. Early on too. Shit.
The amount of times that people have died. It's funny too because like if you die early on, I think there's only like one resurrection scroll. So
There's, like,
like
Everybody
or
should
three.
have one resurrection scroll in their inventory.
I
thought
don't
there
remember
was
that.
only
No, I
one.
thought there was one for your whole party in the
Really?
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and then there's
swear- I
and then one of
swear.
the vendors sells one, and then I think you could find one. There's like only 3.
Jeez, I really thought everybody had at least one.
No,
So-
dying is bad.
Yeah.
dying is very bad.
Yeah.
Like you, if you die more than say like
Maybe I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate.
maybe, but you die like 2 or 3 times, and your whole playthrough is kind of fucked.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to roll it back.
Dude, we had to roll back
Pretty
so
bad.
many things in our campaign sometimes. Like, so we went one. Man, that reminds me. We went one path. The path where you get to the underground area where there's the fire slugs, and for some reason, like,
Oh yeah.
we get to the point like we're about to meet the fire slugs, and like I think I cast rainfall or something because like it ended the fight like at that point. And so literally every time we meet them and start talking, they immediately aggro because rainfall. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, that's cool, and it's not. But
They don't
also like
water.
also the other thing too is like we were trying to not have to kill them all because they were actually strong as fuck. Like we had a couple I think we had 2 melee builds, and we had like I was a magic, I was a Skelebro magic man. I think it was a Necromancer specifically. 'Cause I
Nice.
figured out Necromancy's boosted.
Yeah, I never fought the fire slugs because I never pissed them off.
Apparently, we tried. Nothing we did made them not angry.
Maybe because I think I had because you can talk to them.
They talk without animal talking,
Yeah.
but also I had animal talking anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a letter. I talked to the queen or something. Whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't piss them off. I was able to walk through them just fine.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. The options, every option just made them angry.
Dude, you miss out on so much in that game without animal talking though.
You're right.
Yes.
Well, same thing with Baldur's Gate too. There's so much that you miss out if you don't have animal talking and if you don't have speak to the dead. There's so many things like I've seen like people like videos commenting about that. That if you have speak to the dead, you'll find out shit about what could happen that I did not know was possible. Like,
Well, it's almost like the dead speak.
whoa.
Whoa.
You know,
Whoa.
while we're still talking about Baldur's Gate, though,
All right.
did you used to get the fourth wall break with Carlock?
No, I don't think anybody did. Wasn't that like somebody had to hack their game to get that?
I have no idea. I saw the video going
video.
around on TikTok, and so I had to go on YouTube and like find the full fucking thing. That video.
I mean, that video is fucking ridiculous.
It was so fucking weird. I mean, I'm sure that it's probably in the games. It might just be a little bit harder to find.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think they've said that it is in there. So
Also, the whole part, like I watched the whole video of the people trying to break the game purposely, like, and it doesn't like let you lose the keys that you
yes,
have to
you
have.
cannot lose the freaking crystals.
Like it goes
There's so many
there's so many redundancies.
Oh, dude, the fucking the scene when you the vampire dude when you resurrect him after he collapsing the whole fucking building on him.
Oh yes,
Dude, I fucking
the
that scene's
face
fucking
right there.
hilarious.
Oh yes.
I fucking
You could the fucking voice crack.
right.
Oh my god, like the emotions. Like Neil did fantastic work with that. Amazing. Like his whole acting with Asterion was brilliant, start to finish. There was at no point where he wasn't giving it, his all.
He fucking loved it.
Yeah, I can understand.
There's certain times where you can tell when the voice actors love their fucking job, and that is definitely one of those.
Mm-hmm. I think all the voice actors, have said that they've had a really good time with acting on Baldur's Gate, and I can see it, I can hear it in the characters. Like,
Too bad I haven't played Baldur's Gate and I don't own it.
yes, you do.
Is that one of the share games?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember. I don't think so, but maybe. If it was, I would have installed it already, and I don't think I installed it. We went over the whole large portion of the list.
We did.
You don't play single player games.
I play stuff like that sometimes.
That's the multiplayer.
That too. It's multiplayer.
fair.
We can play together.
We can
And then never finish it.
Yeah. Just like everything else.
We can all suffer together.
Yay.
I mean, it probably would be a lot easier if we actually like scheduled a game time. Because like anytime that we've done the Divinity 2 thing, it was unscheduled, so we had no like time predestined time to meet up and actually play the damn
See,
thing.
that's the problem.
Mhm.
We would always try to schedule it with people afterwards, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So like Divinity, honestly, probably has to be played like a D&D session where you go to it once a week, like
Yeah.
for 3
Yeah.
hours or whatever.
I
Because it's what it is. It's D&D, but a game.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The biggest problem I had was like we would get into it, we'd play it for like 3 or 4 hours that first session, and then we would immediately want to play it again the next day.
And then
What?
nobody would.
You just got to, I guess, resist the temptation.
Yeah. It's just like if we ended up playing the next day and then we might play the next day after that,
You get burned out.
we get burnt out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't fucking come back.
Yeah.
Gaming ADHD burnout is real.
absolutely. I mean, I'm fucking poster child of it. Shit.
I try my damnedest to resist, especially on multiplayer games where I'm playing with the homies. I also, again, like recently, I haven't really felt like playing games too much. Unfortunately,
I think we call that depression.
no. We don't. That's all we don't have that here. The sleepy time stuff's fixing me. It's fine. Everything's getting better, kind of. Also, I think it was after they lowered my numbers that I've been feeling like absolute dog shit the last few days.
I mean, I've been mainly watching Clone Wars, to be honest.
I know.
Watched a lot.
You haven't watched it on the new system yet, which I'm happy for because that shit's like base boosted to 20 on the old thing. I don't want to know what it's like on this.
I've watched it on the new system.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Gotta turn it up to 11. Make that shit loud.
I mean, I've thought about doing that a few times, but I was just like, David's he might be in a call or some shit. Let's not do that.
David doesn't do work.
I mean, literally, we were on a meeting and I answered my phone.
It's funny that they have no issue with you, like, because during the interview process, you told them that you had the like you owned the shop and you were doing stuff with that.
Yeah. It's not a conflict of there's no conflict of interest.
No,
because it's not in the same industry and it's not doing the same kind of work.
right.
But it still requires his time.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't require his time during work hours. It requires his time after work hours, right?
No, it requires my time during work hours, and I explained that to them, and they accepted that.
Really?
It's not a conflict of interest. Yeah, I literally, I thought I sent you the email where I told the new people, oh, I'll forward you what I sent them. I'm like, because they were making me fill out the contract, and I got the conflict of interest section. I was like, hey, I own a business, and I have to take calls like during work hours, and they're like, doesn't matter as long as you can be contacted by somebody. And I was like, okay.
Okay, well.
And that's why I said, I was like, okay, I guess it's blanket approval.
If management's happy with that, then whatever.
If management's happy, everybody happy. But yeah.
That's just fucking ridiculous. Because
Yeah, it's weird that it's like, oh, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business. All right, cool.
Oh, what's that? You have 2 jobs?
You have 2 incomes?
Yeah.
Angie.
Because you're not giving me 100% of your time.
Even though the job doesn't require it. Usually ever.
No job ever requires. I mean, that's the thing. Very rarely does an office job, and as the statistics and surveys of people, self-surveys pan out, like I think it's statistically like you're only working at your fullest potential about 4 or 5 hours in a day, and the rest of that is just full filler. So realistically, if we were working, 6-hour days, we would be just as productive, but still saving so much more time.
I mean, based on what David's been saying about it, it sounds like you guys could probably get off with like 4-hour days.
Sometimes,
yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. So, like for us, I do a lot of work after hours. I think a lot of the work you're doing recently has been after hours.
I mean, a lot of the major work is absolutely after hours.
So, like, if instead of scheduling us to be there to be available 9 to 5, during the day, if we were just scheduled to do the work at night, the actual work that has to be done, the actual work, instead of just being there, because that's the thing, is we get paid to just be there during the day in case anything happens.
Yeah, exactly. Because
even though we get paid, or even though we have on-call rotations for the off times, like we could be on call during the day and just work at the time at night.
Yeah.
Like there really is no reason for it, technically.
Yeah, because that's the thing. So, as I like to say in our industry, we're quote unquote skilled labor. All labor is skilled, but
not true.
A lot of labor is skilled.
Depends on what you classify as labor. A lot of labor itself is not skilled, but there are skills required to do some jobs.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like at our kind of level, you're paying for our time, but you're paying for what we know when it's needed. So if we're sitting there, they don't care about that. But when something needs to be fixed and something goes down, that's when we're required.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
We're not paid for what we do. We're paid for what we know.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with your plumber, your tradesman, like.
Absolutely, your electrician.
Yep.
It's, I'm sure you've probably seen it. You're not like a YouTube watcher. The amount of people that are like getting angry about like contractors and like how much they're asking for when they have tools that are making the shit go by really fucking fast.
Oh,
what do you mean?
You mean like contractors that have scripts and such, or?
No, I was talking about like for like actual labor work for like say painting a kitchen, and then they come out with like the tools to like get it done in
like
like
a spray gun.
Yeah.
Are you talking about normal people bitching or like random people on the internet bitching?
Like he's like, I paid $400 for that.
Oh yeah, this goes.
I fucking hate that. If you're tired about fucking paying that, do it your fucking self. Well, you chose to hire these people.
Here's the thing. This goes back to literally what we just said. This isn't paying for what you do. It's what you know. Yeah. It's the fact that you know. Also, for that, something like that, you're also paying the tooling because they didn't just buy the tools. The tools aren't free,
and they just don't know how to use them straight out.
True.
They have to learn and develop that skill to use them.
Right. It's the same thing with mechanics work, which I know and recognize because it's the same thing. People are like, that's too much money, and we're like, okay, we'll
Not
do it
only
for some.
that, but like one of the big things when I worked at a shop is they're just like, man, you quote, why am I being charged for like 4 or 5 hours of work when your mechanic did it in one? Tools. Knowledge.
It's tools, knowledge, but also there are certain things that book time is wrong on or whatever. But also there's some things that some people have done so many times they know every little workaround to do it in less time. So that's part of the weird part that incentivizes, at least on the auto mechanic side, with flag hours and flag time, you're incentivized to like make time up everywhere so that you come out ahead, which is kind of shitty sometimes, kind of not. It's weird. It prioritizes what's called productivity. But there are times where like a job just kicks your ass, and like for instance, my mechanic, we've had a vehicle there with an engine that's been not running for weeks, and he can't get it running. To be fair though, at the same time, he's been pushing other vehicles in and out, like transmissions and other engine jobs. So it's not that he can't do it. It's just something's up with this person's vehicle, and then come to find out, the individual let us know that he had issues with the ECU, which, for anybody that doesn't know, that's how your engine runs. ECU stands for engine control unit, or ECM, engine control module. Either way, same thing. It's a computer that makes your engine run or not run. And so he said he's had issues with this. It's been reprogrammed twice. And like that was with the old bad engine, which was probably reprogrammed to account, to try to make it run better, even though like it needed a whole new engine. It was out on a couple cylinders and compression and stuff. But yeah, so whatever program timing and stuff that's in there does not work with the brand new engine that's properly built and set up.
So do you just have to get a new ECU?
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. We have the mechanic has a person that's coming out to reprogram, or at least read what the programming is currently, and then reprogram it if it requires it, or do a relearn process. One of the two.
Cool.
But that hasn't happened yet, and I don't know the status of that as of last week. But things are happening.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But yeah, the guy's mildly upset, but now he's happy because he's out of jobs and he can't pay for the vehicle anyway, which is so great to hear as a shop owner. And somebody's like, this multi-$1,000 job I can't pay for all of a sudden. I'm like, yes.
So what I'm hearing now is that this truck might become your truck.
It's a van.
So it might become your van.
Not as exciting.
I'm not excited about trucks either. I have a truck. I don't need another one.
I mean, potential if I can.
I'll take more cooler cars all day. Not more trucks though. Yeah. I'll take an SUV though that I can baja out, which I want that Hummer that's over there.
I guess with all the time that's already been invested in it, like even if you were to do a lean on the car, you're still at probably a huge loss currently, aren't you?
Reasonable. I already paid the mechanic out for it. We got paid for some of the work.
Okay.
We got paid for the engine. I don't do as a shop, and some people may hate this, but I won't buy like large multi-$1,000 parts without that much down.
Fair.
Because the thing is, so a lot of times you can return a lot of parts, but like engines and stuff are hard to return. So if somebody walks away from it, because I mean, I could sell the engine later, but if they walk away from the job, and like we get their shit towed out of there or whatever. But yeah, no, I required like parts fees, whichever costs more. So it's either 50% of the total bill would be nice, or it's parts, or it's labor, like whichever is more. Okay. Usually parts though, because like I have to pay for the parts. Like recently, coming up, pay for the parts with the company card, and as we were scraping so close to the line, I didn't have the money to pay off the card originally until like we had some more income, and now we're good. Now we're floating properly and everything's working right. So, but yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought ran through my mind. It's like hearing you talk about all this stuff after we were just watching like the hustle videos.
Yeah,
that whole
Sigma grind set
is like you two are actually very successful, and you're not anywhere near that level of cancerous.
Well, I mean,
shit.
Well,
that
most of
level of
those are
cancer is
fake.
made up, absolutely.
Yeah, most of those are all fake.
I mean,
and
anybody
bullshit.
who's like, here's my Lambo, here's my mansion, is like, they're renting the Lambo, they're renting the mansion. No, they don't own anything. They're all it is fucking fake bullshit for views. I mean, like you see them on
clout chasing.
Yeah, exactly, clout chasing. Like you see them on jets. Like people are renting sets of fake jets and other things, locations, so people can take their little Instagram pictures and be like, look at me and my private, look at this bottle of champagne, etc., etc., etc. It's all bullshit and made up because they want you to think that that they're big and successful, so that way you buy the fucking course. So that
It's
way they
always
actually
for
make money. It's all
buying
about the
courses
fucking
and
course.
classes.
Just
or
watch
books.
my 20-step course or my whatever course, 9 steps to how to be a millionaire, how to be like a fucking rich, successful person, etc., etc., etc.
What's weird is they actually use this stuff to actually get money and then start like being semi-successful with the money generated by those things, which is weird.
Dude, the especially with like ChatGPT now, like the amount of people just selling fucking courses and shit.
This was before ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
no,
sure it's
I mean,
worse
like
now,
it like things are getting worse now.
A lot of things are getting worse now from AI. AI is
Yeah.
questionably not great for us.
No, AI has done a lot of damage. I mean, we've seen it now. Like, I was watching this video of about like foraging books. People like foraging for like wild,
Oh yeah.
wild herbs and mushrooms. And
Well,
things.
we were in the fucking Scouts, so we have one of the best foraging books, technically.
Yeah,
And other stuff. Survival book. Good survival
exactly.
stuff.
But they had this guy had found it's like all of these books were written by AI. Their pictures were made by AI. So and they were talking about like different mushrooms, and it's like they're saying like, yeah, here's a safe mushroom to eat, and it's a fucking death cap. Or it's a fucking amalgamation of like 3 different mushrooms, so it doesn't even match reality, and the information is wrong. So it's like there's like it's been flooded. The full foraging section of Amazon is just flooded with these like print, on demand books written by AI with photos by AI that will get people killed and have gotten people hurt. I don't know if anybody's died, but the people have gotten hurt and hospitalized by these books because they used them. They went out, they found the mushrooms or whatever. They used them in the cooking for dinner, and they like 4 people went to the hospital. So these books are already getting people hurt, and it's because of fucking people using AI to do it.
I've seen I was on TikTok, the bad app that's about to get banned here pretty soon.
Yep.
There was a dude, like he was straight up talking about like he would write up a premise for a book. He just feed it into ChatGPT, go to a publishing company, and fucking sell that bitch on Amazon. It was like self-help books.
Easy to do. But yeah.
Right? I mean, they're easy, non-offensive, and you can basically write anything you want, and it's self-help.
The worst part about it to me is like he didn't even really try. Like, yeah, it's ChatGPT didn't try to begin with, but like he didn't even try to like make it look like a fake book, really, because he put 5 pages in the damn thing, and it was a soft cover.
Right. It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that, because as a part of another video I was watching about this topic, there are people who sell courses about how to do the book on demand AI bullshit. And he's like,
oh yeah,
it's like,
go to YouTube, bro. YouTube is full of courses to do
But
everything.
this guy was charging like $10,000 or $15,000.
Okay, that's a little.
There was
crazy.
an intro fee, like you can do an intro like one-on-one like coaching, and that was like that was like $2,000.
The books are high risk. He doesn't want to sell the books himself because of the shit that's.
Well, no, these are all you're self-publishing on Amazon with the book on demand thing. So there aren't no physical books until somebody buys it, then Amazon prints it.
But like what I'm saying though is like the books that are like harming people out there was like the survival ones.
Yeah,
like he doesn't have to take that risk. He's basically convincing other people to do stupid shit,
and he's making money for it.
Also, he's making a shit ton of money per person.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the thing. Like he told him, it's like you're not going to be successful on one book or 2 big. He's like generate like 10 books or 15 or 20 books and just put them out there, and then just by sheer volume you'll make money.
Yep. No, 100%. But similar thing though, as I looked into, because I was testing the, real life channel versus the AI one, and there's so many, same thing, so many channels that say, join my course or join this thing or whatever. I'll teach you how to make a faceless AI YouTube videos. Now, thankfully it's YouTube, so there's plenty that are free. But there's a lot that are like, use this product, use my product, whatever. Like, pay me money to teach you. And that's kind of always my thing. It's like financial YouTube. Financial YouTube's the same thing. It's all just courses and scams. Dude, even the photography equipment, photography stuff, there's a lot of just every photography YouTuber kind of wants you to do courses. Now, the photography thing, you could probably actually learn something.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know. I'd
I mean, I
probably
imagine there's values in that.
right. I'd probably personally like take courses like with a school or something similar. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Something that's like accredited and has value or whatever.
Right.
Because I mean, most of these are just people, and some of it's obviously going to be disseminating some of their opinions, on like gear and things like that. I mean, I didn't know of much of anything, and I set most of this stuff up. So I mean, I feel pretty good about most of this.
Yeah, no,
I
I
still
mean,
don't know
absolutely.
enough. I need more, and I would like to learn more. But
I mean, like one of the 3D printing, like companies that does like they do Kickstarters to release their products and shit. They did a Kickstarter for a series of courses on how to use like ZBrush and Fusion 360, so that way
oh,
you can
nice.
make your own products. So I bought that. I still haven't utilized it because Lord knows if I barely have time for fucking games, let alone doing courses and other bullshit. And I'm also not really interested right now in that. But I mean, like these are people who do it professionally and sell their products. So I mean, presumably they should know what they're talking about. Even if I won't get some kind of like this, Fusion 360 certification at the end.
Not that you need to.
Not that I
Fusion
need
360 is pretty easy to work with. To be fair, I have CAD experience, so like it makes sense.
And I don't. So opening up Fusion 360 and trying to edit a STL, I am immediately thrown into the deep end of the pool and I am drowning.
Oh, it's not super bad for me. Um, yeah, I have technical drawing. It was one of those classes I took in high school. Yeah, by the way, if you get like random ability, like I did at the end of the year in high school, I only had two major core classes that I had to take. Everything else I filled with random like stuff to learn, and yeah, you should do that. To be fair, in the beginning, back when our school was working, we got half of our days off, so I only had to fill in like I think I had welding instead, and that was it. But then they fucked us over halfway through the year and made us all start taking classes again because something I believe it's money.
That didn't happen to me.
What? Oh, yeah, well, you were in a different program.
Yeah, I
You
was
were
in
in a
DECA.
work program.
Hmm?
You were in a work program.
Yeah, I was in a work program with DECA.
Yeah. So that with that work program, they leave half the day to go to their job. So
Yeah, exactly.
But no, so I had to take classes, more classes, which is cool. Took construction management where you learn like basic plumbing, basic electrical, and like basic construction stuff, which I still all use today. The electrical could be updated now that there's neutrals because this is before neutrals were common. But yeah, I'm not fucking licensed, but I know how to install my own breakers. I know how to install my own lights, switches, whatever stuff that most of the time we call what electricians to do, but you can do.
Yeah, I
No
mean, I
reason not
installed my
to.
own lights and such. I didn't install my own breaker.
I need to swap out breakers for this house actually,
Yeah,
Get some non-arc fault breakers.
and hopefully they'll be less trippy.
it's
should
gotta
be.
make this house less safe to actually use the damn thing.
Right?
So, like I said, I felt the box and I felt the switches. They get warm, but not like anything near alarming. Like that's the other thing. The regular breakers will still trip if it's too hot, which is how they trip anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no safety issue. Arc fault's just weird.
they're just sensitive to.
Arc fault's too sensitive.
Yeah,
I mean, it's odd. Arc fault's an odd system. You can have just super Chinese and shit plugged into the wall and it trips arc fault breakers. Ugh.
Well, because it's trying to draw bad power or
It's because it so in the US I think we're at 60 hertz AC.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So it detects it's within a margin area of I don't remember how many hertz. I would assume it's like 5. I don't know, I have to go double check the engineering specs on how they work. But within so many hertz, when you plug in stuff and it uses power, it changes the balance of power, stuff like that. And so if it throws it off by like a very minuscule margin, like something just kicking on, like a compressor for your fridge, something like your gaming computer just spinning up harder, like anything that adds extra noise because it perceives noise as arcs. That's what causes them to do that.
So what you're saying is that we need sine wave UPSs.
That would help a lot. Also, probably ferret.
Oh yeah, the little
there's
magnets,
stupid
or
magnets
the
on everything. Yeah.
iron bullshit things.
Mm-hmm.
talking about those classes you had back in high school, It reminds me of how many extra classes I've taken. I took coding, CAD, marketing.
And he didn't learn a fucking thing.
I took psychology and sociology, man.
I also took psychology.
There was psychology in high school? Our high school?
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit.
Dude, psychology was really interesting.
I had to do that for college.
I didn't go
It's
to
a core
college.
class or something for curriculum.
I mean, I took web design using what was that software?
I should.
It was a Adobe software.
InDesign,
No, it was WebDreamer.
Dreamweaver.
Yeah, Dreamweaver. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the course where I told the teacher that she was a terrible teacher
Was it
to her face.
Who was that? Was that Maredka?
No. This was in high school.
Yeah, was that Maredka? Amelia Maredka? Or is it Maredka?
No,
College.
Marika was college.
Oh, okay.
No, this was
Palmer.
No, I don't think so. It because she was a coach.
Oh.
Um,
Then I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
Coaches.
because
I had that problem with Miss Palmer.
yeah, I mean she was a nice enough teacher, but she wouldn't let me just fucking run ahead with the book. Because like me and my group of people, in the corner, because I had Lane in that course too. So
Wait, Lane was a real person?
yeah, I know. Well, I know that may be shocking to some, but he's real.
Well, what's funny is I was friends with Lane in junior high.
So yeah, it's me, Lane, I think Delima, and I forget the other one. But just us four, just like we're just
Fucking
doing the work,
Delima.
going through the fucking book because I mean this is interesting, and I want to learn this stuff. And she's like 4 chapters behind, and we're all ahead. We've got everything done. We're just doing it, knocking it out. And then she's like, "Y'all are too far ahead. Y'all need to slow down. Y'all just need to be cool. You just need to be Kool-Aid, and while everybody catches up." And it's like, I want to learn this shit. I don't give a shit about what these people do.
Right.
Honestly,
I don't want to be pulled down by the slow.
Well, that's the thing too, because
retards.
like there was their fucking the cheerleaders and whatever else that were in that class that weren't in there to learn. They were just in there to blow up.
Oh yeah, everyone takes class. Same thing with all the construction management.
Yeah.
I had some fucking Guido kid trying to be gangster, and I ripped him a new asshole like the David way,
Mhm.
like the dog that doesn't bite you, but it fucking tells you what's wrong with your life.
Right.
And
So-
what was the bonus positive thing? He actually like thought about it. I think I made him cry, and then he got better for it afterwards. And then eventually he came to me. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry I was being a piece of shit, and like you're completely right about everything." I was like, "Yeah, man, I didn't mean to be that harsh, but like, God, you really needed to hear it."
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's why I told her she was a bad teacher because she's trying to hold me back, trying to hold our progress back when we're just trying to learn and wanted to do the course that we
Yeah.
couldn't even do for half the fucking year because for half the year the fucking school didn't even have the goddamn student edition of the books for the fucking
Oof.
web design class.
Accurate.
So
God
for
damn
half
it.
the year we could do shit all. And then we finally got the books, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's tear through these things. And then she's like, no, the people who, are so far behind, it's like, these fuckers don't want to learn anything. They don't want to do anything. They're purposely dragging us all down because they're lazy fucks.
I mean, the funny thing is that I had the kind of that problem back when I was in my programming class. The thing is, though, is that there was a lot of them that were actually trying, and they just couldn't get it through their thick fucking skulls.
There are some people that unfortunately just can't learn certain topics or certain things,
Yeah.
or they can't learn from books or whatever.
Right.
I'm used to like I've helped people in classes. They're like, how do you understand this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I just do computers. Like same thing in college. A lot of people ask me for a lot of help in college. They're like, why is this so easy for you? I don't know. I play video games all day, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It just comes to me naturally. So I'm sorry. It sucks to suck, but I don't have that problem.
Honestly though, like probably one of my deepest regrets back in high school though is not noticing that we had programming classes earlier, so I would have been able to take programming too, and then also the web design class.
We didn't
Yeah,
have a
we
lot
didn't
of
have
that shit. So
It wasn't until after we left that they started getting all these new
I
classes.
got game design taught by
Right.
Coach 50 Cal, as we call it. But the fucking game design class is trash. They're using whatever Oracle's game design is.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
yeah.
exist. Like
Were they
nobody
using-
fucking
Were they
uses
using
it.
Lumberyard?
No, I wish Lumberyard at least would have been decent because Lumberyard's a weird mix of Crytek.
We made games
Some
on
stuff
Visual
uses
Basic
it.
in my fucking class.
What the
And
fuck?
what?
We made games in Visual Basic. It was our first
I mean, you can.
It was our
Sure.
first semester challenge.
I mean, Visual Basic includes Xbox Game Studio, like .NET, or there's a part of Xbox Game Studio has to be made in Visual Basic.
Oh, we were basically just making like shitty Flash games.
It doesn't matter. It's experience, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Oracle one's bad.
Yeah.
I still forget what it's called. There's the
It's
Oracle
quite-
website's made in the 90s. It looks like it's fucking bad.
It's pointless to even bother trying to think about it because it's
No.
Oracle.
Yeah,
They're the devil.
I wouldn't say Oracle's the devil.
Oracle is the worst.
Why?
Well, I mean, fucking dealing with fucking Sun Microsystems bullshit. I fucking hate that program, that OS.
What? Solaris?
Yeah, Sun Solaris.
Yeah.
I do not care for it.
Yeah, but Solaris is old and dead.
It's still around. I had to use it.
I mean, I've had to use it before too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Still bad, still old. Again, Sun's dead. Like everything's dead.
Sun's dead. But also Oracle's bad because a lot of their business practices are fucking atrocious.
You know what's funny about Oracle? TI had them in an infinite grandfathered contract where they had the ability, they paid like, I think it was like 20K or something, but they had ability to spin up infinite database instances running Oracle.
Infinite.
God,
they must have hated that.
Oh, 100%.
Because Oracle likes to overcharge you for everybody, and they're like, we know you're locked in, so you can't leave us.
Yeah, they charge like, I think it's like 5K per database instance or something.
God damn.
It's something retarded. But yeah, no. So like we used a mixture of SQL and then that. But yeah, that was the thing. Like there was a big push to, like when I was there, for people to be pushed over to Oracle, and they're like, that's because we got the all-you-can-eat contract. We got that back in the 80s. And I was like, what?
Nice.
And they're like, yeah, we're grandfathered in, bud. Like they're fucked. And I was like, fair enough. They're like, Oracle kind of sucks, but it's free for us, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That shit killed me. I love that.
Yeah, a lot of their business practices are really scummy, and they take advantage of everybody and just don't do good product support and customer support, and they just try to fucking bend you over a barrel and take everything you got.
Bro, that's the same thing with every industry. As I'm the guy with what the most cross industry and global experience, I work with so many apps that are essentially monopolized in that industry
VMware.
that are fucking awful. VMware was good.
It was.
VMware, looking at you, Dell. VMware was good before Dell bought them.
Yeah.
And then they were okay while Dell owned them for a little bit. And then Broadcom bought Dell, right?
Yeah, Broadcom bought them.
Yeah. And then they got really bad. And the problem now is my biggest issue is pricing.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft switched over to per core licensing, which fucked a lot of stuff up. It was better when it was per socket. But yeah, so the entire like reasoning for using VMware at this point is fucking mute point, because you have to pay per socket. If you have any Windows instance on a box, the technical legal thing is you have to pay for all the sockets that server can use. If there's only one VM running through VMware or anything, you have to pay for all the sockets. That's the legal agreement. That's that's the only way to be legal. They charge you for the entirety of all the threads on the box.
Okay.
Which is a lot of money, because I think each 2-core license is like $1,200.
No, depending on the license pack, you can get more core licenses. I think up to 24 cores, because they have like a small business license that I've used, which allows for you to get 3 hosts, and each host having 2 sockets, and each CPU having, I think, 12 or 24 threads. And it's only about, I want to say, I mean, this was under Dell licensing and cost. I think it was only about maybe 10 to 12, if that. I think it was like closer to like 7.
That might have been a special thing, but the standard license is $1,200 per 2 cores. I've had
Wow.
to sit here and do the core math for every company I've worked for whenever it comes time to re-up, and I'm like, that's a lot of money. And then
Yeah.
same thing with
Yeah.
CDW and everybody. There's some like app they run to just check your AD for how many servers there are, and then checks all the cores or whatever. It's crazy. But you can say, you can be like, this is an entire dev stack. We don't pay for this. You don't pay anything for dev
Yeah.
test, which is nice. But yeah, you have to pay. The legal agreement is you have to pay per core on the physical host. Doesn't matter if it's a VM, which is crazy because you should just be able to pay for however many cores you put in a VM, which most would be 2 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
technically you could get more, but there's not really too much a point.
Out of curiosity, does Dell do anything good outside of their processors?
Dell doesn't make
As I say, Dell doesn't
processors.
make processors.
I thought they made Intel.
No.
No,
Intel's Intel.
Intel.
Oh, I thought Intel was a part of Dell.
Dell just makes computers, like
Yeah.
pre-built box computers. In fact, to be fair, Dell computers are some of the most affordable and like reasonably decent. I mean,
Yeah,
I would take a
dispute that.
Dell over an HP any day.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Lenovo
This
is
support's
good.
better than HP's as well.
That too. And then the Lenovo stuff's okay. Like some of the Lenovo stuff has better hardware sometimes. Lenovo's a weird toss up. I don't know about the commercial side. I know for the server side they're okay.
I've never had a lot of interaction with Lenovo.
Yeah, most people don't use Lenovo laptops, but like was it the personal side of Lenovo laptops? They're usually cheaper and better than most of the other ones. So Dell's got like a little upchargy type thing where like they're a little bit more expensive. I mean, shit, Dell owns Alienware, and Alienware, we all know what that is like. Anybody that's a gamer or
It's a
anything.
fucking meme.
What?
Alienware is just a fucking meme.
They've gotten
Yeah.
better actually, but yeah. So like our entire life
Still
growing up,
overpriced.
they were super overpriced. Now they're better. Actually, so speaking of gaming machines that are decent, HP Omens are really good for the price. So that's like the weird thing. So if you need a work computer, the Dell work computers are good. Also the little tiny bread boxes, which we have one up there, the like ultra small form factors, those are actually really good. They cram Dell
They're really compact.
Dell crams a lot of shit, like good shit, into a really tiny package. It's like this big. They're really good, and they're also not super expensive, especially secondary market. You can, because people will offload all of them when they really sell their companies or whatever. I recommend buying those hoes for like $100, and you get like good, decent specs. You get like i5s and i7s with like 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, and then an SSD in there, and like that's a good computer. And
Yeah.
it's tiny. You just attach it to a back of a monitor, and it's like an AIO, but
Yeah, there you go.
but yeah, back to the HP part. As far as HP Omens for gaming, a lot of times like Costco and other places, like super big box stores and all that stuff, you'll get HP Omens. Like I've told him before. My mom, we bought their company computers were 4 HP Omens with, they had Ryzen, I think 2700Gs or something similar, 16 gigs of RAM, CD player, all that other stuff. They look funky, and they used a laptop CD player, which is always terrible. But they had, like I said, Ryzen 2700G, 16 gigs of RAM. They didn't have SSDs, is the only problem, but this was like 5 years ago, so I don't really fault it. Everything's SSD now. It'd be better now. But
Yeah.
the main thing that's important, because Dell and HP, most of their standard stuff uses like weird proprietary boards, proprietary power supplies.
Yep.
Like they have no
Really hate that about
expandability, no
Dell.
nothing. But the HP Omens actually used off the shelf consumer grade. Like there's an MSI board inside that fucking HP
Really?
Omen, which is crazy to me.
Wow.
And then a standard power supply, because one of the power supplies when I just swapped it, easy. And then like I think it was either, I forget what RAM. It might have been Samsung sticks. It might have been like Team, or it might have been a G Skill. There was something. The RAM was also a reasonable name brand. So like everything was name brand parts, which you don't see in pre-builts ever. Like all the Dells will never have it. I think most of the standard HPs will never have it, but the HP Omens for some reason had it. I don't know if they still do today, but that was my personal experience with those, which is really good, especially to get a real motherboard, like an MSI motherboard. And those things still run fine today. And they honestly need SSDs to be better, and they'd be fine. It's the only upgrade I suggest.
Is the food here?
That's what I
It
was just
should
thinking.
be.
This is when we find out it's been sitting out there for the past 30 minutes. And
People
it's cold.
don't ring doorbells. Guy messaged me saying that it wasn't ready yet, and then your dashers picked up your order. It should arrive at 1:43 a.m. It is currently past that.
Yeah, so where is he?
I don't know, because you don't get DoorDash tracking properly.
Oh.
So it should have arrived about 7 minutes ago.
Theoretically,
I mean, I can.
that's why we check the doorbell. I don't see shit out there. Yeah, and also we haven't had a motion detection in a while, so no, there's nothing out there. I mean, it's
This is when we find out he stole the food.
maybe.
It's definitely possible. Son of a fucking bitch.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is. This is what we live here.
Unfortunately.
It's like Taco Bell's about to fucking close too.
Right.
Well, I thought they closed at 3. Or is it 2?
2, I think.
Usually 2.
Is it 2?
Might be different on say Saturday or Sunday.
Welcome to Sunday.
Sunday now.
Sunday.
But yeah, they close later on Saturdays, which is what the night was.
Okay.
No. No.
Hmm.
Oh. I found one that closed at 2 a.m.
Right?
Although it's 10 minutes. So we ain't getting there.
Yeah. Ain't nothing happening.
No.
Oh, damn. Tensei was fast.
What?
So, I had to send my information to Tensei to get verified for Japanese reshipping.
Mhm.
And they're like, it could take 2 days to verify. No. They just they verified my information.
That's probably daytime over there.
It's
be.
Sunday over there still.
I mean, it's Japanese. They work all the time, baby.
That's true. They do work forever.
I don't know.
But
But
still,
yeah.
it's kind of crazy to me how fast they were to verify that.
It's like the
Not that it
laws.
helps me because I still can't buy the fucking shirts.
Well, at least you have a reshipper service in the future.
I
Now I
suppose
can
that's
use
true.
you in the future.
Right.
It's like the laws that are in place for the Japanese workforce have been getting better, but they still basically live at their jobs.
This reminds me about going back to a topic we were talking about earlier about how much work people do in offices and such. This brings back up the point that I was thinking at the time of the 4-day work week. So that's something that a lot of countries have experimented with and found great success. It's actually something that in the UK they did an extensive 2-year or 1.5 years test with 1,000 something businesses in the UK testing a 4-day work week. Still, your standard 8-hour days, 30, 4 days a week, 32 hours, but still paying people full their 440, so that way nobody's losing any wages. And they found that people were happier, healthier, had a better work-life balance, enjoyed their work more, were just as productive. There was no downsides for the business or the employees whatsoever. And I believe the end result was, I think 87% of the companies chose to continue the program by the time it ended. So this works. You have better, happier, healthier employees and people who work the same, as efficient or more. Because a lot of things too is when you have that limited time, you have to be better at what you're doing. So why don't we bring that here? I mean,
Because we can't have nice things here.
apparently so.
Also, the biggest problem is the same reason why a lot of remote work went back to in-person work. The people of this country, like the management, is just, we want to see butts and seats. They just want you to be there.
I mean, I can't imagine that UK work culture is so different than American work culture in that sense.
I don't know about UK specifically, but European work culture and
European work
in
culture
general
is very different.
It's very different.
But UK work culture, I think, is a bit different from the EU overall.
I wouldn't know.
I'm speculating on that.
Yeah,
but
I have.
I mean, it would be, because that's the thing too. You could still get your return to office bullshit. That's we know is a fucking bullshit thing because you want tax breaks for real estate. But you could still get that, but also make your employees actually fucking happier at their jobs, and just as productive, if not more productive. Nobody loses in this scenario.
It's almost like a work-life balance is important, matters, and it makes people feel a little better.
Sir,
Also-
by mentioning work-life balance, we're deducting points off of your fucking employee score.
I mean, a lot of companies I've applied to talk about work-life balance on their own side. Also, I do bring it up because I mean it is important. I also like my days off. I like my 4 weeks a year minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not that I know what that's like anymore.
Yeah, but that's by choice.
I mean,
You could always take the time off.
I could. I just wouldn't be paid.
Correct.
And I like being paid.
And I like money. Money.
Money.
Sitting next to Mr. Krabs over here. Money.
I mean, to be fair, who doesn't want to be paid?
No, I mean, I'm not saying getting paid is bad.
Yeah,
but
I know.
taking time off is nice.
It is. I need to do more, honestly. I need to Next year, that's my resolution.
Japan win.
My company's gonna put money away to cover me for for PTO. I'm gonna give myself 4 weeks PTO.
Is that a thing?
It can be.
What? Why didn't you give yourself PTO through the company? The money's the same either way.
Yeah, the money's the same either way. But if I put it on the company side, that means I know it's there and I don't know it exists. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Because if it's in my bank account, it'll get spent.
True. You manage your own financials, though. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I will apportion away some of that money into the separate bank account for PTO, and that'll just be there. So when I need it, I'll just take from that.
Sure.
Out of sight, out of mind. It helps me. If I don't see it, I don't got to worry about it.
I mean, that's how I am with my actual savings account.
That's what I need. I need to do better with my savings account actually, because I was okay. I was getting better with it. I was putting away a good couple $100 into my savings every month, and then I kind of just fell off the wagon.
How much is a good couple hundred?
Like 800.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Um,
I put like 200 away for my first job.
yeah, it's like 400 or so. Like that's about 10%. So it's about not a lot if you listen to the experts who are like, what is it, 80 or what do they call it? Like 60, 20,
DoorDash
20?
is approaching. Right?
It's only almost 2 a.m.
Did you say 60%? Well, yeah.
Yeah. There's like that rule around like, your mandatory expenses, your fun money, and then your savings. I forget what that rule is. Like,
I call bullshit if your savings is supposed to be 60%.
no. Like your mandatory spending should be like 60%.
Oh.
Or 70%. And then like it's like 20% savings and 10% fun money kind of thing, or something like that.
Was that after you already took out for 401k?
Yeah. This is
okay.
this is your post. This is what hits your bank account money.
Post tax. Okay, makes more sense.
That's the supposed rule that they suggest if you can to follow.
Definitely don't. I spend
don't.
more than that.
All my money.
Yeah.
I'm bad. I need to be better.
Yeah.
Most of especially challenge generation, will never be able to do that shit in the first place.
What do you mean? Which part?
Be able to like save money and do shit. Unless they love it with their...
To be fair, for their generation, the lower generations, like seeing the world as the way it is now,
yeah,
it's not a great idea to always spend all your money. But I mean, in the times we're in, where things drastically change at the drop of a hat.
Well, the thing is, even this gets onto a broader point. They're not even spending their own money; they're spending other people's money in the sense that they're doing like buy here or or buy now pay later kind of schemes. Because that's the thing, like Klarna and all those other buy now pay laters.
PayPal.
Those things have exploded in usage by Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Well, not Gen Z, but Gen Z. Those people have put that thing to work. They have exploded in use and then defaulting on that because they get so many of them. There's literally, I see on freaking like TikTok videos of people having spreadsheets just to keep track of all of their buy now pay laters because they just have so many of them. Because that's all they do is like, well, I can't afford this now, but if I break it out over payments, then it's fine. And then they break out everything over payments. That's why you see freaking Klarna and goddamn DoorDash or whatever the hell else. Oh, thank you. 50-20-30 rule.
I mean, it's the same thing. I do the same thing with PayPal credit, but
that's the thing too.
I do it with 0% interest stuff. I don't.
I mean, so is the Klarna stuff. A lot of the times is 0% interest.
One of them isn't.
Sometimes there's like processing fees.
I don't know about if it's Klarna. One of them is always percentaged. There we go.
Holy shit! He rang the doorbell this late.
Very surprising.
Yeah, we're out on time.
But 1:45.
Yeah, okay. We got 15 more minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and that's the thing too. Is like again, they're doing this more than ever. They don't have the money to afford to be able to do this.
Yeah,
they're defaulting on a lot of it, thus paying all the interest.
Right, which is a problem. I mean, I'm sure Klarna and everyone loves it.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of which, Snap, which is one of those other big ones that do that. For some reason, I've been having a problem in the state of Texas and probably some other places since like sometime last year. Because we use
Why is
Snap
that?
at the shop. I don't know. Something, there was apparently some sort of legal difficulty from these services that we're talking about offering finance. I think the classification is because it's lease to own or something. It's weird. Some of the ways they do this stuff's weird. Um, but yeah, so I think they were sued in a court and lost probably, and because of that, they can no longer service or whatever bank that backs them no longer services our state or something like that.
Interesting.
I haven't been able to use them. I mean, we used to use them at the shop for one of our. We have 3 different finance levels at my shop, for people. Um, and it just we basically have a good, better, best system. We still the Harbor Freight stuff. We have 2 low no credit options. One of them was Snap, and Snap was pretty good. It would approve people for reasonable amounts of money,
Nice.
and like it would give people good payment options and payment plans.
All right. Thank you. Oh god, that's
Oh,
heavy.
alrighty.
Okay, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, we got our food. Let's go. Fucking live.
In a half ripped apart bag.
Right.
You want to talk about how all the trends right now are currently talking about committing fraud?
Well,
sir, you gotta wait until you
Chase
sit
infinite money
down.
glitch or whatever.
Yeah, all that shit.
Oh god, I loved seeing that
The
because
amount
these
of,
people are
TikTok-
fucking idiots.
The amount of TikTok posts and shit that are just like, commit fraud today.
Yeah, exactly.
It's repackaging fraud.
Or yeah, it's like I've seen like so many videos from Atrioc where he covers like TikToks that talk about that, where it's like, I'm going to max out my life and like my life savings expenditures or whatever, so that way I can just borrow against it and just spend it all, and then I die, and then the life savings covers it or whatever, or
You mean the life insurance? I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
the life insurances. Thank you. Or people who are like, I bought this thing on on my credit card. I declare bankruptcy on the company that has the card, and then I still have the asset. I sell that. I get the cash, and if the creditors lose out because the company's bankrupt, and that's fucking textbook fraud.
Right.
I mean, or like that video we saw is like the guy got in the accident. Got the Chevy Spark, got into an accident, got the fucking M3, got into an accident. Somehow it caught fire, bought the M8. Somehow that ended up in a lake, bought the fucking Lambo.
M3, M4, and then to something Lambo. I don't know.
So it's just like fraud.
I mean, again, that is an assumption. He doesn't say how it happened,
The
and
implications are it's implied that it's fraud.
I think it's implied because it's TikTok, but
Allegedly.
some of them
Allegedly.
didn't. Yeah, some of them didn't look like fraud. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the original like 2 accidents,
Yeah.
3 accidents, sure, but after that, fraud.
Yeah, maybe. But also, a lot of people commit fraud. I mean, not advocating for it, but fuck the insurance companies. Just saying.
It really is just a lot of people on.
Especially for automotive and stuff.
Like, I don't know how rampant it is on like Instagram, but like seeing all the clips on like TikTok, I'm assuming they're on. I've definitely seen them on YouTube Shorts.
Mhm.
Like just trying to convince the newer generations that these hacks are like legitimate and shit is just
Yeah.
like, I wonder how many people have gone to jail because they followed this shit.
Well,
Probably a
so
few.
probably quite a few. I know recently, like people with the Chase Infinite glitch, and
Oh
I'll
my God,
explain
the-
for the
the
people
change.
who are unaware. So there was it wasn't a glitch; it was just an issue with how Chase processes transactions. So basically,
it's the writing hot text things back from when we were kids.
Yes.
My mom used to do that shit.
So basically, what would happen in Chase, like you could write yourself a check and deposit it in the Chase ATM, and it would give you the money that you deposited as if you had it, because the processing would take like a day or two to process, for that transaction to go through.
Also, welcome to how checks work.
Yes. So these people would, write themselves bad checks for 25, 30, 50. Literally, I saw, because Chase has finally started taking these people to court, a
Yep.
court case for one guy who wrote enough bad checks for, I think, $120 something thousand, and another case where a guy wrote bad checks to the tune of 250 something thousand.
You see, Chase knew what they were doing there because that's weird. So anytime any bank I think does a transaction, I think it's over 3,000.
It's over 5,000.
Is it over five? I thought
Where
it
it
was over
triggers
3.
certain flags.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, these people were writing all this stuff. Like they should have, like Chase should have caught that almost immediately, especially with how many people work for Chase and how like everybody's on top of everything.
I think it was a weekend.
Everybody's on holiday.
It's a bank. You know how it is. They work
I
business.
said that Chase has people that work weekends. They work 24/7.
Well, apparently they didn't catch it. At least not immediately.
I mean, a lot of the videos that I saw of people actually doing it was like late at night.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
that's the other thing too. If you do it after like business hours or 5 a.m., I think it's not 5 p.m., 5 p.m. I think it's after 6 p.m. with Chase Eastern time. Your shit doesn't transact till the next day anyway.
Yeah.
And if you do it on a Friday, you have the whole weekend.
Exactly.
If you can make, which doesn't work on markets, but now with crypto being the way it is, working 24 hours, like technically, if you're smart enough and you do this, and you could make money, make a shit ton of money over like a 3-day period, like on some sort of stock or something, or something else, a bet, like this is one of those Wall Street bets types things. You could
Absolutely fucking
it
Wall
could
Street
work.
bets.
I mean, but you have to know what you're doing, and like again, you're still taking a measure of risk because you're gambling essentially in any way you slice it.
Mhm.
So
So people would write these hot checks, they'd get the money, then they would just go spend it. And then the transaction would go through and suddenly their bank account's negative 20, 30, 50, 100 and something K.
right,
And they're like, where's my money, Chase? And it's like, you took your money and then you took our money and we want it back.
right.
Yeah, just for all the viewers out there, any quick money making schemes are either probably going to be either fraud or gambling.
Yes. And sometimes it pays off. But 99% of the time it does not.
Oh, the fraud never pays off, but the gambling,
Gambling, okay.
Actually, that's not true. The fraud sometimes pays off.
I mean, these people got caught because they robbed a bank, which has their name, their address, their social, and everything else that's applicable. These people had everything they needed. They needed to walk into court to be like, here's a list of all of these people.
I mean, unless they committed identity fraud at the same time. Make it a
No,
little
they
bit
stole from
harder.
the bank. That's fraud.
No. He's saying unless they use some.
Unless, yes, unless they did identity fraud. In which case,
identity theft.
identity theft.
It might be a little bit harder to track them down.
Yeah,
Maybe.
quite probably. Quite
But
possibly.
generally, you go into a location. I mean, you can sign up online. They don't necessarily need they don't need a picture of your ID. Yeah, they just take your social and then your name and everything. Then they use maybe one of those social identification ones.
Probably, yeah.
Where they send you.
And
like,
I mean,
3
considering
questions.
that all of our socials have been stolen thanks to Equifax and everybody else.
Shit, that's happened 3 or 4 times at this point.
Exactly. So
Yep.
all of our information's out there. So
Mhm.
if somebody wanted to steal our identity, they could go to freaking dark web, pay like, $1,000 and get like a list of, a couple 100,000 people. Be like, there you go.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like all these companies, they need to pay the money to scramble all of our social security numbers.
I mean,
Maybe.
what we need is actual identification that has
Sir, I'm not a barcode.
built-in security, because that's the thing you see in a lot of European countries where you have your citizen national ID number, and like there's built-in security checks to like make sure it's a valid number and make sure different things of that nature, so that way it's much harder to impersonate and steal. And we don't have that. We have a series of number that's based upon what county you are, what state you're born in, what time you're born in, essentially, kind of thing. I mean, like I was telling him, like you could basically go and because newspapers used to post like births and such of kids at hospital. You could basically go, look at wherever you're born, find the newspaper, find a birth that was in the same day that you were born, go up or down a couple numbers on your social, and boom, you've got an identity. And the odds are good. It will work. That's just how that is.
The funny thing is about that too. Apparently, I learned this a while ago. The your license plates are kind of based on around the same information. Like if you let them randomize it, it's usually based off your fucking your name and birth date.
I have never heard
I
that.
don't think they are in Texas.
They,
Texas ever so maybe a further long time ago, back whenever. So this is the weird thing. We've gone through different cycles. You used to have your license plates for like Infinity, and then there was a span where you had to get them. You had to change the number every 4 years, and then now they're back to Infinity again.
Well, you
And
have to
also, they're
request
not
to
physical
keep them.
plates. Huh?
You have to request to reuse them. Like,
Mhm.
because like with my plates, like I took them from my
That's
old
because
car.
you're switching cars. Different. No, I'm saying if you have a car that you've owned for the past 15 years, your license plate doesn't change.
Yeah.
There was back when we were growing up.
Really?
Yes, you ask your parents about it. I believe they'll probably say the same thing. But I think every 4 years they had to change plates. That's why your parents would get mailed plates every year, or they'd get new plates. You don't not remember that?
No, not at
No.
all.
Yeah, it was the thing. Yeah, they used to have to change plates every.
I'll ask them, but I don't recall that.
Yeah, this is back whenever we had the blue NASA plates. It was before we went to 2 steps 1 sticker, I believe.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we only went to 2 steps 1 sticker like what 5 or 6 years ago, like maybe 10. It's relatively recent.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
It was like I think 7 or 9 maybe.
No.
That's the last. So like the car I have at the shop, the 3000 GT, it has a 07 fucking registration tag. It's the last time we had. Those are some of the last times we had registration. It's been a while, man, because it was before we got into high school. 2 steps 1 sticker went into effect before we had to drive cars. Because do you remember having to buy a separate registration on your car?
I guess no.
Exactly. There you go. My point exactly. So back when registrations existed, that's why. Because you'd have to get your registration updated yearly, and I think every 4 years they had to issue you a new license plate.
But yeah, that's
Things you know, or things you know now.
And like I said, you can keep your plates. Like that's what I did. I switched cars. I kept my plates. I went to the DMV and we like, I have these plates. You can have these ones back. I want these on my car that I had.
Yeah, most of the time they ask you. Well, you gotta remember, I've also bought and sold a fuck ton of cars.
Well, that's the thing too.
They always ask me.
Because when I bought my car, I told them, "Hey, transfer my plates to my new car."
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them if they can do that. They said, "Yes, we can do that." Mm-hmm. And then they didn't do that.
Well, I go in
so I'd ask
the DMV, and they ask me like, "Is there plates?" And then most of the time, because I buy salvage cars, no. But sometimes there are, and so I ask them. Also, I keep all the plates. Oh, no, she's gonna walk on that. You need okay, so come this way. Cat, why are you being a problem? I gave you food.
Well, she wants more.
No, she has food, like cat food. What are you doing?
She wants to be in frame.
Animal, right?
So yeah.
What is she?
Oh, the cable.
Oh, she found. Oh. Well, that works.
Right.
Freaking cat. Cats, bro.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, all right.
I'm on the loss.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cat.
Yeah, cat.
I was like, yeah,
ADHD squirrel.
Cat come in threw everything off.
I mean, that's I've been saying that cat's gonna get us views. People love themselves some fucking cats.
She's smacking me in the side of the fucking face. All right,
Yeah.
She's messing with stuff. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, recently we can talk about how we went to go see Daft Punk Interstellar.
I was going to bring that up when we were talking about AI. I forgot about that. The egregious usage of AI, like upscaling or whatever.
Yeah.
Was violent in
the
beginning. So as it got further in, when it was most of their faces, that was all like touched up. I guess personally it looked like, or it was better. But like all the
broad strokes,
broad shots and stuff, like turn them into not people. I'd have to go back and watch the YouTube, the original one, to see if it's that bad. But it definitely looked bad.
So yeah, Daft Punk partnered was doing a 4K upscale re-release of Interstellar 5555. The secret of the 5 solar systems, 5 stars.
What?
Is that what it means? Like Interstellar is like the secret of the 5 stars.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even remember.
But anyways, so yeah, they did the one night release, which was cool.
Yeah, and then also with a lot of their other music videos, their older ones.
Yeah, they did.
And then the new 2023 one.
Yeah, so it was really cool to see that in person. I didn't expect the music videos at the end.
I didn't either.
They did Big City Nights. What was the other ones they did? They did
Yeah.
Around the World.
Yeah, right. Big Sea Nights Around the World. I've seen Around the World a fuck ton of times. And then the other ones I don't remember. And
I
then
think Burning.
yeah, they did Burning, and then Infinity is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember what the last one was.
I don't remember either.
Something.
But yeah, it was really cool to see. I mean, I'm a Daft Punk fan. I enjoy the music.
Yeah,
It's always awesome. I mean, who doesn't really?
correct.
Weird people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So being able to see Interstellar on the big screen and experience it.
It was fucking loud in that theater. By the way, when I was outside, like using the restroom, bro, like, so whenever, remember in the beginning, I walked away and then it immediately started.
Yes.
And I was like, it's funny because I walk out and then I
was
hear
gonna send you a message, be like, it's starting.
Yeah. So, dude, it was so fucking loud. I was in the bathroom pissing and I still heard it. That's how fucking loud it was. I was just like, well, I guess it's starting. But I didn't miss anything. So it didn't
Yeah, thankfully.
Yep.
But it's kind of cool because, like, I mean, Daft Punk. I mean, since they retired, they haven't really been doing too much. And I mean, fair enough. I mean, after doing what they've been doing for the past like goddamn 30 years, putting out all this great music, they deserve a rest.
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, yes.
No,
yeah.
Music always must go on. Remember, it has to.
Show must go on.
Remember, music has to be played even after they're dead. We'll make AIs of you. We'll make holograms of you. You don't get to fucking quit.
Your likeness will be sold to the highest bidder.
I don't know.
So we're gonna see hologram Daft Punk in the next few years.
I mean, probably, yeah. Because that's the thing too. Like that actually brings up an interesting topic about celebrities and the future of the movie industry. So there are whole companies who all they do is they buy up the likenesses of actors after they're dead. So they'll make the deal now and be like, once you're dead, we own your likeness and we can choose to license it out how we want.
Man, it's going to be wild with AI now.
Absolutely. So we will keep rehashing the same old actors forever. We're never gonna see new actors anymore. We're just gonna see people mocapping, and they're just gonna fucking digitally enter their face and body over old actors. So that's gonna be fucking terrifying. Cool. But that's the thing. We'll never see we won't see new actors to the same degree come on the scene.
You'll still see new actors, but we'll have weird. As long as it's not like the CG Terminator of Arnold, like that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
like there's some times that are really bad. But yeah.
Keanu's gonna live forever.
Well, he's a vampire. Didn't you know?
Absolutely. He can never die.
He doesn't die. Yeah.
So
speaking of Keanu, that reminds me of The Secret Level. We also watched a lot of those. Those are cool.
Yeah, The Secret Level. I mean, they just dropped all at once. I still haven't seen all of them.
Me neither. I need to watch the Armored Core one with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, let's go.
It's when does the fucking Sonic 3 come out?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's this month, right?
I don't know. It's either this month or next month. It's very soon. Because remember, we saw the Sonic fucking popcorn buckets.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to see that fucking movie.
It actually releases in 5 days.
What releases to today?
The Lord of the Rings one.
Oh, yeah, the Lord of the Rings animation that supposedly says only in theaters, even though we've been getting...
But that was also yesterday.
Yeah, but it's released, which means we can go watch it.
I thought it was 1 day only.
I don't know. Google it.
That's what that sign said.
I don't know. Google it. Bring that shit up, Jamie. I don't remember.
Buried under your freaking...
Bring that shit up. Animal.
It's off. It's like, where's my mouse? Where's my mouse?
It's in the top left. There you go.
I know. I'm struggling here.
I love how the TV just brightened up as we started using. It's good that exists.
Yep.
War of Rohirrim.
I thought that.
Wow, I only got 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.7 on IMDb, and 84% on Fandango. Fandango's the only one that matters because people.
And 79% of Google users liked it.
Interesting. Nice. So it's probably pretty good. Hey,
Yeah.
look, it is playing today.
Yeah.
Release date the 13th. So is this legitimately only in fucking theaters?
I guess.
Do we gotta go watch this?
I honestly thought this was gonna be a show.
I thought it was gonna be a show too. And then we saw the ad for it in the theater. We're like, oh, go watch it in a theater. And guess we have to.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Right?
Let's see it from Lotar. Or let's see from Reddit. What does Reddit have to say? Oh, they're aggregating reviews.
Is that what they're doing? So it's a bot.
May give less devoted viewers the same thrill they once felt from live action movies.
Oh shit! Nerdist even says it's good. Oh, my cat's biting the shit out of me.
Yeah. Polygon says it's packed full of sword swinging adventure, kingly drama, riveting monster mayhem. Unfortunately,
Why are you being annoying?
it also reduces the aspects of Jackson movies that have aged poorly. I mean, the reviews are all over the board, kind of thing.
Right.
Only way to know is to go see it in person.
I mean, I like it because it's animation and it looks pretty good.
It's animated.
It's all anime, bro.
Hmm.
You didn't? How did you not see that from the pictures? Jamie, pull that shit up. Go to images and then tell me why you didn't think it was animated.
You know, the funny thing is that when I saw the,
I mean, seeing.
I mean, like literally that one on the left is the ad at the theaters.
but when I saw the Peter Jackson for like the fraction of a fucking second at the beginning of the ad whenever it popped up on YouTube, I thought it was referring to Peter Jackson as like the Olympians.
Lightning Thief, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. No, I mean that looks like good anime. I like it. That's why I was like, I want to go see it. I thought we were gonna get it on Prime or some shit because we were getting all these ads. It made me think they were getting on Prime. But then yeah, it's like no, you gotta go watch it in theaters. And then I saw the things that in theaters only, and it's Warner Bros. That makes sense. Interesting though, they're gonna release an anime or like a whole season thing as one go because it said it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean that's standard for Lord of the Rings kind of. So this will be cool.
The quality of animation looks really good too.
That's what I'm saying. The animation quality looks amazing, which I've never. They generally don't release anime movies in freaking and in movie theaters, at least here in
Right.
the US.
Not common.
No, there's enough people that like stuff like this, and also with this now being an American anime, basically. So that actually leads me to another question. I wonder if a Japanese anime studio worked on this because this looks very similar to art styles I'm familiar with.
let's
Like
see.
the Viking one.
It is kind of close to Vinland, but I'm not sure.
You know, with the success of like Castlevania and shit, I'm kind of surprised that we don't
I mean, look at the director.
Kenji Kamiyama. I mean, that sounds pretty Japanese to me.
Yeah, with the success of like Castlevania and shit, I'm kind of surprised that they wouldn't push for this to be like a series.
Warner Brothers. Warner 3000.
Hey, look, it's something Warner Bros. Did that wasn't dog shit. Surprise.
It's like currently the Lord of the Rings is like their universe is nowhere near
But not for
I guess the
fans.
as
featured
built out as Star
What?
Wars.
featured review. Just okay for passing the time, but not for fans.
I mean, I guess there's probably not going to be like a lot of story or whatever. I assume, which would be what they're complaining about.
Kind of this random 3D modeling.
That's an animation thing nowadays to save time and stuff. They use 3D animation instead. Some people hate the shit out of it. I think it's okay a lot of the times.
It depends on the quality of it for me.
I don't really care, but people get bent way too out of shape about it, to be honest.
They really do.
Like to fucking mimic Fat Electrician. Buh! I could see the difference in the pixels. Buh! The frame rate's not good. Buh! Fucking no, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. It's fine.
I mean,
Animation studio. What is this? Is this filming location? Tokyo, Japan.
What's the
Animation
show?
studio. I love how it doesn't say.
It doesn't say who actually did it.
nope. Just
Interesting.
gives us a location.
Weird. That's super weird and not like common.
Well, I can click on it.
I don't think this helps much.
Nope.
Not at all.
It's just a location because there's live action stuff, there's anime stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's wild. I mean, it looks really good, so I'm surprised. There has to be like credits in the freaking movie, maybe, right?
I mean, yeah, probably.
I mean, you can Google it, I guess.
Sola Entertainment.
Is the one who did it?
Yep.
What else does Sola do? Sola's done other stuff that I'm familiar with.
I have no idea, but I'll find out.
Entertainment.
Oh, it looks like he's already.
He's done it. What is that? The Wikipedia is fine. Sola Digital Arts, I guess.
I
Yep.
guess so, yeah. Ah, poor Wikimedia. We're not going to give you money right now.
Sorry, these are not the people that have money that you're looking for.
Ah, yes. TV series. Nothing. Oh, there they are.
Adult Swim.
Blade Runner, Black Lotus.
That was actually pretty good if I remember correctly.
And here's all the OVAs.
Evangelion, Another Impact.
Rick and Morty versus...
Oh, Ghost in the Shell standalone. Oh, that's why. Because they made the new standalone Complex 2045, which I didn't hate. But again, it's all 3D animation, so people really didn't like it. Interesting.
Rick and Morty
Starship
versus
Troopers.
Insider. What the fuck is
Fucking
that?
what? Starship
Two of
Troopers
them.
Invasion? That's old. Those are the ones we haven't watched yet. We
Yes.
talked about watching them. All right.
Video games. They did the opening for Tekken 7,
Interesting.
Argyle Shift VR, and
I don't know what that is.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla.
Special
PlayStation 3, I
demo
don't know
for
what
the
that is.
PSVR.
Where they have done very little stuff. Oh, there we go. Production Works, Tower of God, The God of High School. Okay, so they're the
Fucking
people
really?
that did all of those. That makes a lot of sense.
I thought those first two were fucking Chinese animes.
What?
I think this one, it says it's
They're
South
not
Korea.
Chinese. They're manhwas. They're South Korean. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you can tell by the O's in the names.
Yeah. They're both originally webtoon comics.
Yeah.
They're both good. The animation is good in both of those. I thought you liked both of those, dude.
yeah, they're both pretty good.
I was just say they're both really good. Also, Tower of God season 2 is pretty
It's
good.
like I thought they were produced in like the country of origin. I didn't know that the animation was third party to Japan.
Outsourced to Japan.
Also, Lazarus. Fucking. What is that? It's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Oh god, they made the
That's Mappa and Sola. Interesting. Adult Sims Toonami. Interesting.
these guys are responsible for the Rick and Morty anime though.
Yes, that is true. So temper expectations. Got it.
Yeah, but everything else has been god tier except for that. That was also probably like that was the style they wanted to go for. They being Adult Swim or whoever. So
I still say that anime would have been
Oh,
so much better if it
directed
was
by
handled like Space
Shinichiro
Dandy.
Watanabe. Yep, that makes sense. He's a very
Watanabe?
big name. Yeah. Created by him as well.
Interesting premise. Not that I can quite read it.
Oh. Interesting.
Hmm.
Did you read it or no?
I can only read like part of it. Some about
Some dude discovered a miracle drug in 2052, but in 2055, he announces that the drug has a 3-year half-life, and soon everyone who took it will die.
the fuck.
And then a task force of 5 agents is assembled to locate him and create a vaccine. Its name is Lazarus, which is
I guess it
obviously
makes sense.
to
Return from the dead.
to Lazarus, the god of what, death and rebirth or something like that. If I remember.
No, Lazarus is a biblical story.
Is it?
Yes. About a man returning from the dead.
Yeah. It's the Lazarus thing is all about returning from the dead. I'm aware of that.
Yes.
I don't know where its origins are. I've heard different stories from it, but
That's very useful. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So because this is anime and we have something biblical there, does the anime end in killing God?
it's Japanese. It always ends in killing God. Now the miracle drug's probably the God drug.
It's either aliens or God.
No. See, that's Studio.
It can be
Trigger.
both.
That's Studio Trigger, sir. Not all anime. Also, the big meme is Japanese games. It's always about killing God. Final Fantasy, killing gods.
I mean, that's
what else?
true.
Everything. It's like always about killing gods. It's the joke. It's the meme.
I mean, with the summons of Final Fantasy enslaving gods,
To kill gods.
Yeah.
You're still killing gods.
using gods to kill other gods.
And that's in the older Final Fantasies. The new ones aren't like that. You don't enslave gods anymore.
I think 13 was the last one I know that did that.
Probably. Because it was always 10, with Yuna. Yuna was one of the summoners.
Yeah,
Anyone
that
with
was the big one that did
summoners. Yeah.
I think 13 lightning summons Odin.
Interesting.
I don't remember what the other the guy with the bandana. I don't remember his fucking name. He summons Shiva.
Interesting. I was unaware there was more summoning. After
Yeah.
10-2, 10-2 was an atrocious game.
Yeah, they I'm pretty sure they all summoned different gods in that universe, but I don't remember who summons what other than those two.
I mean, the original summoners, like with Yuna, summons everything.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them, but yeah, all the gods of different elements and stuff like that.
Yep.
Neat.
Probably the most famous one is the fucking god of gambling.
I don't even remember which one that is.
It was a samurai. I forgot his fucking name though.
I don't know.
Interesting. Watanabe mentioned that he held the John Wick movies in high regard for how the fight scenes were done. I wonder if that's going to have any influence in the anime.
It talked about something about John Wick up at the top for Watanabe. John Wick film franchise, who is what? Because I guess.
Oh, he's
Chad's-
designing the action sequences, so yeah.
So that sounds lit as fuck.
Yeah?
I like. The only thing that would have made that better if Solo Entertainment works with they obviously made the new Ghost in the Shell.
But
So
the animation's going to be done by Mappa. Sola's only handling general production.
Interesting. Mappa anime is still good though. Mappa's got a long list of good shit though.
They've got all of this.
All those animes look fucking fantastic.
Yep. So
So
see.
it'll be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
So when are we going to go see the Lord of the Rings?
That's a good question now. And the answer is yes.
One day.
I don't know. We can do it. Shit, we could do it tomorrow. Honestly,
Have you guys seen the first two Sonic movies?
I have seen both of
Seen
them.
the
yes.
first one.
I've seen them both.
I'm trying to think if I've seen the second one.
Second one's where Knuckles appears as a Solo.
Yeah.
Knuckles and Tails.
Tails was technically in the first one, I think.
No, he wasn't.
Was he not?
No.
No.
I don't remember the plot of the second one.
Second was Knuckles being Knuckles.
Yes.
Knuckles is bad at first, and then realizes that
He's a
that
fucking
lady-
idiot.
that too, but Dr. Roboto is fucking Robotnik, not Roboto.
As a-
But Dr. Robotnik's a piece of shit, and whatever. They joined forces later.
That's right.
Yep.
It's been a while.
And then now we're gonna get Shadow, the Edgehog. I said it right, the Edgehog.
Voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's gonna be
We're
weird.
cutting ourselves on the fucking spines.
I mean, hedgehogs do be like that.
Right?
Does it say Garo vanishing light? Yeah, because it did Garo, and then that also said Rage of Bahamut above there. There's a lot of anime that's good. Yuri on Ice, Kakaguri,
Yep.
Rage of Bahamut, Virgin Soul. That one's a meme too.
Inuyashiki's fucking great.
Doro.
Shiki is amazing. Yeah,
Click.
Dororo's good. Banana Fish is good too, even though I don't remember watching it enough.
Fish.
Grand Blue Fantasy, the animation, which says it's a video game.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan.
God of High School, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan. Yep.
There's the Chainsaw Man.
Take Up Destiny, which I still need to watch. Co-produces Madhouse.
Vinland Saga.
Yep, there's Vinland Saga, which is why they look interesting.
If I recall correctly, didn't Grand Blue Dreaming get a season 2
Season next
confirmation?
year, I think. I believe it's spring.
I'm
not
fucking
mistaken.
excited for that.
It's gonna be lit.
So yeah, lots of interesting things in the works.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about a lot of random shit here.
We do everything.
Kind of the whole
Apparently-
point,
Apparently, we got to anime now.
right?
Man, it works.
I suppose so.
Well, dang,
We'll cut that in post.
dang. He made a Mr. Steak.
I marked it. It's fine.
Oh no.
I mean, shit,
There's very
fucking,
little marks on this one.
Yeah, there's only two.
me and Kenneth could probably talk for quite a bit of time just about fucking audiobooks. Well, I listen to
As I
him,
say,
he
he
reads
listens
them.
to. I read them.
Yeah.
So books for him and audiobooks for him.
I mean, it's the same content, just a different way to consume.
Yeah.
Yes and no. A lot of the thing with the audiobooks is like a person reading it can make or break the book. There's a difference versus you reading it yourself.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I mean, when I'm reading the book, I'm giving voice to the characters in my head. I'm reading it and giving them a personality to how it sounds.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Do you read in their voice in theory?
I hear what they're saying in their voice in theory. Like
Interesting.
reading
And
the words.
his
This goes back to that
version- it's-
topic about internal voices, and I don't have
Yeah,
one.
it's like the world in his mind.
Exactly.
I do the world building in my head, so like I can understand how things work, which is why I like a little military sci-fi stuff because they, for some reason, describe in detail like things that make sense to me.
But like how they speak, I mean, the words they're using and having seen the character develop, it gives them a personality. And that personality has a prescribed kind of voice that develops as it goes on. And it may not always stay the same, but it's something that definitely gets developed over time. At least what happens to me when I read. So that's why when I hear like the audiobooks and I'm like, it doesn't, the characters, from the voice actors and the reading it don't quite match up with how I imagined it would,
Yeah.
Right?
kind of thing. But
That's my
also,
point.
like, yeah, you listen, and that's usually because you're doing something while you're also listening to them, right?
Usually.
And I can't do that. If I'm going to do something, I've got to sit down and be devoted to reading it.
Correct.
Because I can't have that split focus. Because if I do that, I'm not comprehending fully what's going on.
Yeah. Do you have that thing where sometimes like you read something and for some reason like your brain just goes full like retard and you have to like reread over it 3 times to fully get it?
Yeah, that happens occasionally.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's not very often, but sometimes it does happen where I just get confused about something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've never had that problem with audiobooks, but I've definitely had that problem while actually reading.
Well, yeah, it's
shit.
because audiobooks you're just being read to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, to be fair though, anytime that I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm usually just like doing some random grinding shit. So stuff that doesn't really take that much mind capacity to begin with, or used to be more commonly driving.
Mm-hmm.
My thing for that is music.
Right. Like, and I can understand like an audio book because I remember when I used to like when as a kid and we used to go with my parents on like 6 12-hour drives.
Jesus
You know.
fuck. To where?
Usually visiting my aunt and uncle up in Amarillo or something,
Makes sense. There's nothing.
or we're going out camping somewhere in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
They'd put on an audiobook of murder and passion and thriller. Those were always interesting.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, what else are you gonna do? But you can listen to the audiobook, and that was always fun.
See, what was fun for me and my family was to fucking fight each other the whole time. We didn't get peace and quiet to listen to audiobooks.
Something else to think about too is just like how different those performances are like now versus then.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the like they're doing like the voices. There's a very passionate people in the audiobook space now.
I mean, even then,
There's
between
always
the two
people.
actors, or like because the actors, actresses, etc. And because I mean, they had different people voicing different characters as well. So I mean, they had at least for some of these, they had a broad range of people in them.
Right.
So I mean,
That was a different time too. Like that was when these audiobooks were like made for broadcast or something like that, or taping or whatever.
yeah,
Like you said, there's multiple people doing different voices. Nowadays, I feel like it's the same. It's one person that does multiple voices for a lot of them,
mm-hmm.
which is
It's a
unfortunate.
good way to cut cost.
Yeah, because
I mean, I'm sure you'll never listen to it, but Dungeon Crawler Carl, like the motherfucker that does the voice, and does.
I've heard it from you guys listening to it.
He is so fucking good at voices.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like Seth MacFarlane. I mean, he does. I mean, like Seth MacFarlane, or even on The Simpsons, where everybody's doing like quadruple double duty, and they're voicing like 6 different characters.
Voice actors are wild. I don't want to do voice acting, but
I think it'd be interesting to read audiobooks. I don't think I have the range to do voice acting.
I feel like I'd be able to do like actual acting better than I'd be able to do voice acting.
Mm.
I do voices all the time though, so that's why.
I mean, I could do voices, well, some voices, but my range is pretty low. Especially if I want to do like like more dramatic drama.
Got to get that passion.
I don't
Sure.
do drama like in the standard, like when I talk, obviously. But I can, like, if I'm given like a script for a character or something that's supposed to be doing something, I could probably do it.
I mean, I can inject some drama.
I mean, if I was if I was playing like one character, like I'd probably be able to do voice acting, but definitely not for like an audiobook. Especially with like the amount of time it would take me for me to get through that book because it's reading out loud not so good.
Mm.
Like I can read in my head just fine. I can go through the page really quickly, but as soon as I'm like,
But are you reading and comprehending?
yes,
Hmm.
it's like if I'm reading out loud along with a
XXX.
book, struggle.
Yeah, and that's probably because it activates different parts of your brain where you're reading, interpreting, and then sounding it out.
Yeah,
It's just it's a complicated process kind of thing. Because
Yep.
I mean even like reading like a simple like one page thing out loud, people stumble over their words. I mean people practicing the speech, of an orator, being able to read and speak appropriately is a skill that it definitely develops.
Also,
Yeah.
public speaking too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely a big deal.
Honestly, if I was like if I ever got the chance to do like voice lines for like a game or something like that, I feel like I'd have so much fun doing that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that.
It'd be nice to be known as the guy. Now, the real question is the character going to be worth it? Is the game worth it? You know what I mean? Because
But I mean-
like Steve Downs, he is the voice of Master Chief, and that's it.
Just give me his
He
side
does other
character.
stuff too, but he is the voice of Master Chief.
Well, I mean,
And he always will be.
It's like Doug Cockle. He's the voice of Geralt in the Witcher series, and that's all he's been doing. He's done voice acting, to be fair, in other games, I believe, but that's his main gig.
Right. And then who else besides Steve Downs? Can't remember. Cat. No, yeah, can't remember the guy's name, but I really like him a lot and a lot of the characters he does because he does like unhinged characters pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope they got Henry Cavill like involved in the process of Diablo 4. I'm not Diablo 4, fucking
what?
Witcher 4.
Why? I mean, he liked it, but like he was doing The Witcher like as an actor for the series.
I know.
He abandoned the whole project because
know.
they were being shitlords.
Yeah, because because of Netflix. But I mean, like the love that the CJ Project Red has for the series, I hope that they like reached out to him, see if he wanted to do something with the
Yeah, that'd be cool.
because he loves that universe.
Yeah, but he's doing the Warhammer stuff now. So
I mean, he might be able to do both. Depends on the timetable.
Right. Just get him just rent out a studio wherever the fuck he is right now.
no, that's
Get
not
him
how
in the
that
booth.
works. What? We're out of time.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
How bad?
We've got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're fine.
And we also got that food.
Yeah, we do.
Sure.
It's fine. It's Taco Bell slop. It's not going to be the best anyway. Reheated, it'll be fine.
I mean, we'll get food poisoning anyways.
I won't,
God damn it.
but yeah, it'll be decent. Yeah. I mean, what's everyone doing for the holidays? Let's talk about that real quick. Since this is the holiday special.
That's true. I mean, my folks are coming up for the holidays, so they'll be here for the Christmas time. I still need to go get a tree. I still haven't gotten that.
That's right. You buy real trees, don't you?
I do buy real trees. I like the smell of trees.
Yeah, you like the smell of massive fire hazards.
It's fine. It hasn't caught fire yet.
Yeah, right. I mean, we have the tree there, and then I'm going down also to my family's as well as usual, since it's my mother's favorite time of year. I can't get out of going there.
They're what, 85 boxes of Christmas stuff?
I thought it was 80s. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of Christmas stuff. They also bought more this year, to be fair. I think I'm coming home with some of those now that I think about it.
Probably.
Great.
I mean, they were talking about getting rid of some of that shit when we were there for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't doing shit unless somebody tells me to do something.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The current standpoint for Christmas for me, I'm either gonna be here or somebody's gonna just like come hang out with us for Christmas.
So now that nobody's going to do that, is somebody around near here to actually like hang out with? Who, us or him?
I mean, I'll be here.
I won't be here, so
He's gonna be.
so it
He's
won't
gonna
be
be
there.
in some town.
You want to go back down and go drink the whole time again?
I mean, he won't say no to that.
Oh, no, he won't say no to the free food portion of that.
That too.
Well, and it's not just that. Like I had a. It's more fun than just sitting here.
Well, nobody wants to be alone on Christmas.
Right.
That's,
he
that's
gets it.
sad.
That's why Carmichael got invited to the family Christmas. That was what his Christmas was going to be.
And it's like if I go with you, I just have to remember to bring a mouse.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, we did. The gaming computers there do run Nova just fine.
Yeah, they run the game just fine. We just need a not shitty mouse. It'll be fine.
Yeah, mine was okay. I did okay.
Yeah, I did fucking god awful.
Yeah, bring your mouse or ask me to bring extra mice. And I'm going down and you're doing whatever you know, so you're doing nothing. And I don't know what the rest, I assume little boy's going to be with his family. I wonder what that fuck up there is going to do. I don't know if he's going to go down and see his family or not. But yeah, you know, everybody spend time with their family, have a good time. We're going to eat, we do honey baked ham every year from the Honey Baked Ham Company. And then sides.
Yeah, I think this year we're gonna be making lasagna.
Lasagna. Nice.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't like doing the traditional like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinners because everybody's all like turkey and Thanksgiving and then turkey and Christmas. I'm just like,
Ham or turkey.
yeah, it's like get some variety, people. Do some different things.
The ham just so the both for to be fair for the turkey and ham thing, I fry the turkey and you can ask him. The turkey's always really good, and then so I do that and I take care of that, and then the ham's is really good. The honey baked ham is good. It is worth the money it costs.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been times where like I think we did a Thanksgiving one year where we didn't get turkey, or it might have been one of the Christmases where like we didn't get a ham, like they couldn't buy it in time or something. So we had steaks. And I'm cool with that. Like steaks, ribs. My mom makes good ribs. You know, we have good fucking we have good barbecue and stuff like that. So like that's always fine. But most of the time, it is just the standard turkey at Thanksgiving and ham, and that's good enough. And also there's plenty of leftovers, both of those.
Right.
I mean, when my families got together for like Christmas and Thanksgiving, like sure we had like that main dish, but like what was going to be served along with it was different every year.
Mm.
We have some that stays the same. Like we always do mashed potatoes for both because I love mashed potatoes.
Right.
And like somebody always
Crazy,
does
too.
greens.
Yeah.
Green beans, whatever, something like that. This year we did asparagus, which was pretty good. And then usually with turkey it's dressing, and then I think with the ham it's usually like mac and cheese and other something else, more starches. I don't know.
Classic. Yeah.
So yeah, it does change, but it mostly stays the same in my world.
Mm-hmm.
But like also your family has enough family members where you could do the thing where everyone brings a side.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, that's why.
Like we'll have like the main course, which is for Christmas ham, of course. But like people will, and there'll be like 2 other main courses, and then a shit ton of sides.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do that back whenever I was a kid. And all my family lived in the same town. We'd all go over to my aunt's house because she was the one that she always hosted all the parties.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everybody'd come together, all the kids would come together, and everybody bringing dishes and such. And it was a big thing. I mean, that house was packed with people.
Shit,
It was lively.
Yeah.
The most I've ever done with stuff like that is like my grandma used to do the American Legion thing. She's in the Women's Legion or whatever, or the Women's Auxiliary, and they used to make food and deviled eggs, bro. That's why I learned deviled eggs, and I love deviled eggs, bro.
Deviled eggs.
Yeah,
Dude, deviled eggs, and I haven't had it in a while, but those like the ham rolls with the thing is like cream cheese inside of them.
I've never had those.
I've
Never
heard of that.
Sounds
They're
pretty
so
good though.
they're pretty fucking good. Like it's just it's usually just like you get the square prepackaged like deli meat,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
and then you spread cream cheese in it. You usually put like a green onion or something in it too, and you just roll it up. It's fucking god tier.
Doesn't sound too bad.
As I say.
give me some of that and some deviled eggs.
Yeah, deviled eggs are always good.
Dude, the amount of deviled eggs that I can eat during a holiday,
Deviled eggs is the main course. That's the secret.
Right.
I could probably eat like a full half dozen by myself.
Yeah, that's not that hard.
That's
do that.
terribly a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do the other half dozen, like snacking throughout the night. But I'm gonna need that half dozen alongside the fucking that ham.
God. Fair. Yeah, no, just pop them in your mouth and go boop. Oh, and one of my other favorite sides that we make, they make for me is the bacon wrapped cream cheese stuffed jalapenos.
Oh, that's a
Mhm.
classic.
Dude.
I love those things, especially the way we make them. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been us from here at the name that still escapes us that we'll never find.
No
Maybe
Name
next
Podcast.
episode we'll talk about or have it figured out. Probably not, because that's not what we do here.
Nope.
But yeah, that's been from this has been it from those of us in the Speakeasy family. Again, I was joined today with High Cake 78, Reigning Death 909, and myself, Hyper Brother _1. And from our family of misfits to yours, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everyone.